You are now listening to Nerd Rage Radio with Bobby Skullface and Adam Russman. This podcast is intended for mature audiences only and may not fit with your sensitive sensibilities. You may be a victim of meaningless outrage, or you may, in fact, be a big ninny pants. If this is the case, please feel free to turn it off now. This is no country for ninny pants. So crack open the Mountain Dew. Make sure the cheese doodles are super fresh. We're in your mother's basement. It's Nerd Rage Radio.
And welcome to episode 192. We're in the field with the goats right now.
Preparing for the arrival of Cody. It's only weeks away, isn't it?
And if you poke a goat just right... Any new listeners are like, what the fuck? Fumbling with the iPhones right now, turn this shit off. Dude, we made it through the end game.
We did.
So this has been dude, I'm all caught up on Game of Thrones, bitches.
Nice.
Fucking killed myself watching that shit.
I'm sure you
I like, yeah.
So you were like a season and a half behind? Or
is this season 8, right? So I was at 7-3. So I watched
the rest of 7,
4, 5, 6, 7,
first
8.
half of 8, and then
1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. So and it got fucking long. No bullshit.
Your girl said.
She says that every day. Yeah, dude, it's something else. I think I'm ready to wrap this Game of Thrones thing up. I like it. Don't be wrong, but let's.
Well, no, I think it's the appropriate time.
I agree. Somebody's like, "Oh man, I'm so sad. It's almost over."
No.
Like, nope. I'm ready to wrap it up.
Yeah, like I don't say that because I'm tired of it. I say that because I think it's the sensible time.
Yeah, sensical as well.
Sensical and cynical.
Yeah.
And sensible.
Yeah.
All of them combined.
And you're sensitive about it.
Yes, I am.
You know, but don't be a cynic.
No.
Okay.
I tend to be a cynic, but
It happens.
But I think it's the appropriate
And
time.
don't be silly.
Don't drag it out, and
Yeah.
like
Dragging it out.
As in within 2 minutes, you made 2 crazy screams to the microphone. Anyway, and so I'm Adam Russman. You've also heard Mr. Bobby Skullface and Mr. Joe KW, who's going to be a Frederickite here soon.
Wait till I do my river otter mating sound. It's terrible. It's frightening.
Awful.
Is that legit?
No.
I assume it'd be like,
Oh, God, your face.
don't do that. Makes you look ugly.
Nothing can stop that now.
You know, I always think you're too hard on your appearance. It's not like you're a fucking troll or anything. You're just bald.
I just think it's a good. I think it's a good joke. Like I think it's good fun.
Bobby's not an ugly guy.
I think it's like
I'd fuck him.
I think he's got good bone structure, right?
I think that like
His face is pretty symmetrical.
Beautiful eyes.
Yeah, nice blue eyes.
I got some beautiful
Yeah.
eyes. I'll give you that. But
ears are a little lunch.
Did you see the baby? Did you see the baby during the intro?
Yeah, I couldn't watch it because I was like on my phone at work.
Cheese. Dude, she's the cutest.
Got big ears from you.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
if you want to know what Bobby's face really looks like the baby.
Yeah, take Photoshop and take the hair off of my baby, and that's pretty much me.
100%.
And then darken the circles around her eyes.
Yeah.
Make her look like she's seen some shit.
Years of nicotine and booze. So yeah, it's been a big week for I think everybody.
Oh my God, too big.
Joe, your Nerd Week is probably going to be the biggest.
Really? Okay.
Actually, it might be the biggest ever on the history of the show in regards to purchasing power. Bobby's probably going to be pretty large as well.
Mine's fair.
Is it fair?
Yeah.
Well, why don't you start off then?
Saw Endgame.
Yep.
Same.
We're aware of that.
Are we talking about it at the end of the show? Or
Yeah,
we're done talking about it.
I think we'll talk about it. I guess we'll talk about it at the end of the show. We have a bunch of spoiler shit at the end of the show to get into, both for episode 9 and for Endgame.
I think. I think normally we're like, if you haven't seen it by now, fuck it, it's your fault. But I think because
too
Endgame,
soon.
yeah, well, no, not only because it's too soon. I think that Endgame, it's so hard to get tickets right now. Tickets are sold out on the weekends. I mean, I'm talking to people who are excited about it, and they're like, "Dude, I can't get tickets till next Sunday.
Because you know why?
I can't get because they
They're
sold
selling out?
all the tickets."
on a Tuesday.
They sell all the tickets.
Yeah, no,
$357 million for the first weekend.
I know.
That's $110 million in the previous record, which is Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Yeah, it also beat out Star Wars: Force Awakens for opening night.
Oh, it beat out everything.
No, Star Wars was the winner.
Yeah.
Prior to, so like if it beat out Star Wars, it did beat out everything
By $110 million.
Not for opening night.
No, for the whole weekend.
Yeah, for opening night, I think it was like it wasn't crazy. It was like 10 million or less.
I don't know.
That's kind of crazy though to think about. Like if you would have asked me what the next opening weekend was before Endgame, I would have never said Force Awakens in a million years. Like that.
Oh no, it was definitely
I obviously it was definitely it. It just wouldn't have been my guess.
Oh, okay.
Like I would have thought maybe Infinity War had best opening night prior to
it had the best. I think Infinity War had the best opening weekend prior.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it was just crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's interesting, man. Infinity War did, I think, $650 for its domestic release. I mean, it made over $2 billion. I know. But this fucking Endgame is $1.2 billion in the first weekend.
It's fucking ridiculous.
That's fucking nuts. I think this is the first chance we're going to have to see something take Avatar out.
And it is
How far are they?
Love it.
2.9.
Love it or
Hate it.
or I wouldn't say hate it, but I don't know. I don't think I've met anybody that hates it.
I agree with that.
But don't care for it. I don't care for it. I have met a fair amount of people that kind of average, but no matter where you fall on that spectrum, it's a weird movie to do this type of numbers.
Yes.
I think
If I was to say, look, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, if I was to say, look, there's going to be a movie that makes a billy in its first weekend.
yeah.
It's a comic book movie based on 22 other comic book movies. It's 3 hours long and it involves time travel.
And it's a sequel.
You know what I mean?
And
It's a sequel.
Ixnay on the spoiler race.
I think everybody knew that though.
Everyone even guessed that by the end of Infinity War.
Yeah. I just think that that'd be a hard one to digest.
Yeah, that would be like you out of your fucking mind.
I'm not surprised by it personally because
I'm not surprised by it today.
Well, Endgame.
I'm saying I would have been surprised by it 20 years ago.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, even 10 years ago, even after Iron Man.
Even 10. Yeah, agreed. Like it's just, it says something about the work they've put in.
Yeah. It also says something about Disney stock, which is going through the fucking roof.
Oh, it has to. Plus, they're fucking that fucking TV shit is getting ready to launch, and everybody's talking.
And they
about
still got
it.
Star Wars
Everybody's
coming
talking
out.
about it.
Yeah.
The next thing is Star Wars, so its next thing is also Disney.
I've never heard so many people talk about switching from Netflix to something else over the course. Like I don't feel like I heard this during the Hulu explosion.
I don't say it like that.
Explosion?
Hulu explosion.
Hulu. You said it kind of weird.
Did I say that? Put a little sauce on it?
Yeah, just Hulu. Just let it.
I don't know. HULU. I don't feel like I felt that during this, but like I'm hearing people like, the normies. Like, yeah, I'm getting rid of it for the Disney thing. My kids will love it. My grandkids, or my grandkids will love it.
I mean, if it bundles with Hulu, as they're saying that it is,
yeah.
Oh, you repositioned Catwoman. That's what's different. She's up on his steps.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. If there's a package with Hulu, I'm down to get it. Like if it's extra $4.99. Anyway, let's go back to your nerd week. I do have we have a lot to go out, and I got to get out of here. I got to meet the patio guy at like 5:30.
Okay. Real quick, I was going to put the Hugh Jackman knockoff in that chair behind Joker, like move everything forward and put him like in the
that'd
background.
Be great.
I tried it. I couldn't do it.
Why?
I just couldn't do it.
Stop it.
It was too much.
No, you're too much.
Yeah, maybe. But then I was like, yeah, that works. So let's see what I did.
Can he be sitting behind me? So he's always watching over me at the table. You make that happen?
Yeah. But then you don't get to see him.
But you know what? I know that he's watching me.
Okay. Because I actually took
I know that he's got my back.
I actually took that into consideration when placing him.
Yeah.
Make
I appreciate it.
Anyway, I watched some Rebels. Like I'm still working through it with the family to try to get to the fucking season I haven't seen yet. It's like pulling teeth. And I don't think I did much else. I'm almost caught up from my vacation, like with the reviews and content and all that shit. And and I think and I'm working on this Cantina diorama.
It's good so far, man.
Yeah, it looks promising. It looks like all the pieces, all the ingredients look right.
Yes. The
structure is sound.
Yeah.
Let me say this. One thing about dioramas that always fuck with me is the functionality of how real they could be. Like when I make my gaming tables,
Mm-hmm.
I got to tell myself a story. Like this can't just be random scenery plopped on the ground. There's got to be some form and function. Like how would somebody set up and establish a city? How would this be real? And that looks like it's a real bar. Like it would work in a real.
people can walk in and out of it.
Yeah, like it looks like a proper establishment. Maybe a little dark and danky,
Right.
But you go
Little scum, little villainy.
You go there, get a little drink. Make out with some crazy alien, and possibly get shot or get your arm chopped off. It looks legit.
In my head, I'm like, the obvious answer is to go for the Star Horse. That's the obvious answer for that bar. Mm-hmm. But I wonder what's up with that big head chick.
Yo, there might be a fucking alien there with some tentacles you don't know about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but a big head chick just. You know what I mean?
Continue.
Put my mitts on that.
Only you.
I honestly, I think that's it.
And you just got a Hot Toys box 5 minutes ago.
Yes, I got.
Pop that bitch open.
I
Live on the internet.
I saw the UPS truck drive by. I actually went past the house and I leaned my head out and I went, "Bring me Thanos!" And he turned back around and brought him in here. So I'm anxious. I'm anxious to get to him. I got to review him and all that shit before I can really fuck with him. But and I got the Fans Toys Motormaster in the midst of all the controversy.
What's the controversy about that?
Dude, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
People are talking about this bait and switch, but not really.
There's some weird shit going on in the Transformer world right now, and I haven't felt this way since the Star Wars shit, where I feel like there's other things at play that are making people act the way that they're acting.
What's the Russians?
People talked about how terrible this fucking thing was,
Yeah.
and then I got it, and I'm like, this is hands down the figure of the year so far.
Yeah, I watched the review. It looks great.
Like in regard to
Works-
Transformers,
it
anyway.
works great.
This thing is fucking amazing.
And like the transformation engineering is like it's better than Fans Toys usually has.
It's on a different planet.
yeah, there's not a usual Fans Toys
So
transformation.
what are the complaints?
It's almost like so the backpack is too big.
It's not too big.
It's not.
It's a backpack.
It's a backpack and it's condensed.
Yes, it's just Or maybe I'm just using
I
robots.
mean, I think we should say that. I think out of all the G1 Transformers, I think Motormaster for me was the stupidest looking aesthetic design.
He's got a box on his head.
Yeah, he's dumb. I mean, he's there might be some other ones I throw in there. Cosmos would be a runner-up.
Yeah,
Sea Spray, but he's in the running. He's in the
Yeah,
conversation
yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Because
Top
of
five at least.
because of the head design.
It's dumb.
Yeah.
I'd always liked his feet, but
Yeah,
it always
yeah.
fuck with me too. That his feet are the same size as Optimus Prime's chest. That always
Yeah.
fuck with me.
So this actually does like mash
It works.
shifting.
Oh, really?
Like
It
it
collapses.
It has like little tires on the side, and then like you fold up the tires, fit them inside, and then flip out the big tires.
Oh,
Like
nice.
It's
Now, when he transforms, is he the same size as Optimus?
yes,
Yes.
Oh, really?
yes.
Fucking awesome. It's fucking awesome. It looks great.
It's amazing.
Huh.
It's amazing. The trailer is entirely self-contained.
In his backpack?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Where's he at?
Hold on,
Go
I
get him. Go get him.
Yeah, I'll get him.
I don't believe you. You're fucking lying to me.
I almost crashed watching his review while driving. I was like, what? I need to get one of
Dude,
these.
I was fucking trying to get through the Game of Thrones, which I did, and I had to watch one. Like when I was driving. They were talking there's a bunch of bullshit.
See, I like that they made it. There's a head inside the box, and the box is not his head. It makes it better.
Yes. Yes.
I do.
Wow,
Wish
he does look good.
I wish the arms
He's
were painted
heavy
though.
as fuck.
Yeah. So
Just the white
damn.
part. If the white part of his arms were painted, even they could
Agreed.
have left the gray. It's
Agreed.
fine. Just the white part.
Dude,
Agreed.
this cleans up clean as fuck.
I know.
It's just a fucking regular backpack.
And he's still got an ankle heel
Rocker, yeah.
heel rocker, or
Yep.
whatever.
And I was
And dude, this looks good too.
Yep.
Like I like how they did that.
Yep. It looks like a little truck head, but it expands into a big truck head.
yeah.
What?
What? Truck head?
It's fucking crazy. And I'm like I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's getting this adverse reaction.
I
And
almost want one of these.
you know why
I
I
do
think
want
it is? Because motherfuckers are invested in that X Transbots set,
Because
which
it's
is
cheaper.
because it's cheaper and it's shaping up well.
God damn.
And they don't want to have the second best version. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's par for the course. You've known that for years.
Yeah, of course. But I'm just saying, like,
Proportions look good too.
yeah, dude, it's fucking incredible, that thing.
How much was he?
200?
Yeah, 160, 180.
Wow.
somewhere
Oh,
in
that's
there.
pretty low.
I think so. I could
thought
be
we were over
wrong.
200.
Like the PayPal orders just go out. But the
Yeah, you don't even look at the money you spend anymore. You don't need to.
shut up. I look at that fucking bill when it comes in at the end of the month. That I can tell you. What was I going to say about it? But I had something else lined up.
Does Modem Master always have chinky eyes? Like, because the Hasbro one had one too.
All right, everybody. That was Joe KW that just made that statement. He is of Chinese descent, and he's sitting at our table, and he made that statement.
Look at it. Look at his eyes.
No,
and look at the Combiner War. We had that.
He
had
has
someone call you.
You know what?
That's why I'm doing the disclaimer. He has. If you look at the cartoon,
Look at it.
He does have there's an angle to his eye.
There's angle, and they're pointed at the end. Like
Okay,
up.
yeah,
Right.
that's true.
It's just me recognizing my people. Is all.
Yeah,
No
well,
big deal.
the like
I resemble that.
Hey, he's gonna be your neighbor.
so the engineering is involved, but it's not a pain in the ass.
No.
It reminds me of their Dinobots. In the sense of like the Dinobots, a lot of their transformations were involved also, but they were kind of like challenging and rewarding and enjoyable.
Yeah.
And a lot of things, like if you look at his legs, everything folds up and collapses inside of the legs, much like the Dinobots.
So
Now,
clean.
is his
It's
trailer
beautiful?
Is his trailer the same size as Prime's?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
It's maybe like a half inch shorter.
But it scales together. It just looks like one had
That's
a bigger.
fucking crazy. It's only gonna get better.
Yeah, I mean it's nuts. That's nuts. So anyway, I hit up the toy guy, which is who I bought this from,
Yeah.
and I was like, I need a second one.
Oh, really?
I need a second one.
What are you doing with the trailer?
Combine. I'll do one combine and one.
Oh,
spot
really?
on. Yeah, and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do with the other two sets. I can't let this go.
Can you?
It's too good. It's too good.
Well, I mean, how's it gonna look combined?
Doesn't matter.
They've shown renders.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Yeah.
How functioning and stable is it? Anybody's fucking guess.
Well, I mean, would it be worthwhile having the vehicle version?
no, because the vehicle modes look great for the other ones as well. So
Okay.
like that's not a big thing. And what I'll do is
Do you have the other Motor Master already?
no other Motor Masters has come. Just Breakdown and Wild Rider for both sets.
Yeah. Okay.
So what I'm going to do with this, if it scales right, I'll use 1 in 1. If it doesn't scale right, I'll just put one in my office. It's my favorite set. You know, like it's like having 2 sets of Dinobots. Really, it's like it's my favorite shit.
Did you already buy the second one?
I haven't paid for it, but
Can I group buy one with you?
I can talk to him. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting one. Sold.
Damn.
So fuck these motherfuckers who are talking shit.
Well, it's just.
Did they have it in hand? Because obviously fucking not.
I would say,
Is the other one cheaper?
yeah.
Ah.
And they're 2 bots deep already, with the other 2 coming out, I think, next week.
Oh.
So like, not only are they cheaper, but you're already $150 to $300 in the pocket.
Now the other Fans toy one that came, he's kind of flat Stanley.
What'd you say? That was Adam Russman. He is. The other one. Which other one are you talking about?
One of the bots. One of the cars.
Of the other sets?
No, the Fans toy set.
The next one I think is Breakdown that they're
No,
doing.
one that's already out. That's like really thin.
That's DX9.
Okay. It's
That's
not the
another one.
It's not the Fans.
There's a lot of Minosaurs right now.
Yeah, there's 3 sets being released right now.
God damn it, man! I can't keep
and
up
there's
with this shit.
four together, including the Transformations one.
Oh, and the old one, right?
No, we don't count the old one anymore.
That's
Fans
not what
Project.
Deluxe is saying.
Facts.
All right, continue.
No, I think that's about it. I think
Okay.
that's all that's been going on with me.
Nice.
Short and sweet. Oh, my grandmother died.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
I don't know. You can be all right.
She's somewhere in a better place, chewing on some marshmallows.
Are you going to the service?
So here's the thing about that: the service is actually in Florida, and then they're having another service here. So we're working out the logistics. I will be attending as much as I can.
Okay.
All right, I guess I'll go next. Of course, I saw Endgame as well.
Correct.
Also watched Infinity War again, and I watched Endgame again.
Oh, wow.
Fire stick.
Nope, on something else, but that's fine.
Right. But it's just my short term for bootleg.
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to go see it with my brother in the theater again when we get a chance. Or whoever else wants to go see it with me when I have availability. Did I talk about book 8 Horse Heresy that I got last week?
Which one is that?
The Blood Angel one.
No, I don't think
So
so.
I got that. I've been waiting for that for a while. It's fucking. I'll tell you, man. Forge World, those leather bound books, where like they have like the steel book clip like on the edges of the books, so they don't get bent up. And,
Protectors,
like,
yeah.
man, it's fucking. They just go all out on the quality of that shit. I
It's
love
really
it.
expensive though.
It was $120. It used to be $100.
I actually just spoke about Games Workshop quality recently. I know you're talking about Forge World, but it just
Same
happened-
difference, same company.
But it just happened to come up recently. I was talking about the snips, and I was like, look, these snips, if they ever sell them, I don't know if they sell them individually or not. If they do, they're probably $50. But I'll tell you, they're well made, just like the rest of the shit they make.
They have a newer version that are even better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh fuck. What else did I do? God damn it.
Plus, you want to have a collection of old leather-bound books, like
I
it's
do.
always been.
I do. Yeah, thick ass leather bound books.
Is it a collection of old leather-bound books?
The sacred text.
My brother moved. My brother moved in with me. I think we talked about that last time.
Yeah, he was here.
It's going pretty well.
Permanently or temporary? It was
Yeah,
temporary.
yes.
People really enjoyed him on the episode.
Oh, really? Cool. I'll let him know. I'll probably never come again. We've got a couple ideas for something in the bite. Dude, he's fucking playing the goddamn Battlefront 2, man. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. I can't fuck around with it, but it's been fun. It's got me in the Star Wars mood. I got this book I got for my birthday from Marilyn Phil, Man and Superman. It was good. A little short story about just a rehashing of the origin. You know what's funny? I can read origin stories of DC comic characters
Again
every month.
and again and
every
again
month.
and again
You can
and
just
again. Yeah.
stir the pot a little bit, shake it up, take it out a whole new door.
Yeah.
Do that with the Batman movies all the time.
I'm down with that, man.
Except Gotham. Not
Oh
interested.
God, yeah, I can't do that. Supernatural just came to an end for the season 14 or 15, 13. I don't know. The dude, they I'm a little shocked at the direction they went in, and I don't want to spoil it for anybody. But next season's perceivable bad guy, like the threat, which is going to be the final season, I'm a little shocked.
Jesus?
Close.
Nice.
Close.
Okay, 5 guesses.
Buddha.
No.
Wait, 5 questions.
Sure.
Is it a biblical character?
Yes.
Is the character in the Bible a hero?
I don't know how to answer that one. Sure.
Okay. Ooh. And it's not Jesus. That's not a question. That's just me reiterating. Ooh. Is it a male?
Yes.
That eliminates one major character. I shouldn't say character, should I? Is that appropriate? I'm not sure. That's appropriate.
It's a book. Okay.
Okay. Is it a New Testament character?
Yes.
Is it an Old Testament character?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Okay. God.
Yes. Yes. I don't know how I feel about it, man. Like, I was like, oh, wow. Now I need to go confess.
I like this 5 questions bit. We should do it
pretty
for
good.
more stuff.
I'm down. There's some other shit that I've watched here recently. Keeping up with Brooklyn Nine-Nine because it's like the only other show we watch. Oh, getting ready for Lucifer on Netflix.
Real quick. Speaking of Brooklyn, and I know
Yeah.
this doesn't mean anything to anybody at this table,
Robert D.
but probably not even to Robert. Jay-Z did a big performance recently called B-Sides,
Okay.
which is like kind of a thing. He's not the first to do it. You don't perform any hits. Right? Brought Cameron out on stage to do Welcome to New York City.
Really?
And they had like a moment and shook hands and like it felt good, like as a fan of both and watching that
I
situation
wonder if
unfold.
these guys are getting older. Like, hey, you know what? That's some young man shit.
It's exactly what it is. I listened to an interview with Jay where he was talking about like because him and Fat Joe did a song All the Way Up remix, and like they've had this beef that's gone forever. And I was listening to this interview with him, and he was like, and then I found myself at like a corporate meeting in the elevator with him, and I was like, are we supposed to fight? Like, what happens at this point? And like we just decided it was ridiculous. And like,
What you know who didn't think it was ridiculous is
yeah, you know what I mean?
fucking
Goddamn, about time to grow up.
know?
You took $1 billion, but you grew the fuck up.
Yeah, you know, like
but not 50 Cent.
no, not 50 Cent. Have you been watching that shit unfold?
You know what happened to him?
Some guy owes him like a fuck ton of money.
Like how much money?
Well, I mean, for me, $1 million.
Okay.
It's a Hollywood guy.
Okay.
They were involved in some because you know he's doing movies and shows.
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
in Den
yeah.
of Thieves and all
Yeah,
that shit. So he was short $1 million. So he like put all this shit out there, like all these like text messages, like these screen caps, where he was like, "You keep fucking around, and I'm gonna teach you that I'm nothing to fuck around with," and all this shit. And he's like, "Pay me my money," and the dude was like, "Come on, 50, don't be that way. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, 50." Like he's typing so fast, his fingers like hit the wrong buttons. You know what I mean? And he was like, and like you know, of course, 50's running with that. Like, who the fuck is 50? And all, you know, like all this, and he's like, Monday, motherfucker, have my money. So 50 like put all this shit out on the internet, made all these memes about this dude, ended up making T-shirts with text message bubbles on them. And one says, "I'm sorry, 50," and the other one says $1 million, like in response to it. Like that dude is a marketing genius.
And he's probably made more than $1 million on that shit now.
Probably. And anyway,
Most pettiest motherfucker.
so and then all of a sudden, like all this shit is going on over the weekend, and then all of a sudden, like Monday morning, he was like, "The money came in, y'all. It's all good." And like people were going on this dude, whoever his name is, you know, Joe Hollywood, whatever his fucking name is. They were going on his Wikipedia and altering his Wikipedia to be like, you know, he grew up in such and such county and he got his start on this show and he moved to this and he did this movie and he did that and then he stole $1 million from 50 Cent and then like
That's fucking great.
yeah, it's
fucking
pretty great. So anyway, Lucifer.
All right, yeah. So Lucifer comes out May 8th on Netflix. I can't wait. Very excited about that.
And this is the first time that Netflix has picked up the ball since the kind of network shift.
I think so.
Okay. That'd be
I think
interesting to
so.
see.
It
if,
is.
like,
it is.
You know, if anything changes tonally or changes.
I mean, sure, there's gonna be nudity in it. I mean, like they did everything they could do just to cover
correct
up nudity on
but
Fox.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to
Oh,
see how
yeah.
far they push
Oh,
it
yeah.
now, or if they stay the same. Because I think there's value to both.
Yeah, I caught up on Game of Thrones. I don't know.
I'll watch that too.
I don't know how I felt about seeing Era
Should we
naked.
Oh yeah.
I was like, well, no, time out. But then I realized she's 22.
I want to talk about one moment of
She's 22.
She's 22.
Yeah, so like, because you know you start that fucking show.
Yeah,
and she's like
she's a
fucking
kid.
a 12-year-old.
So
And
did you see
still
the-
feel like she's 12.
did you see the thing that she did? I don't know. I can't remember whether it was on Conan or one of those night. It wasn't Conan.
I didn't, but continue.
It was like a April Fool's thing. It was the show was on April Fool's, like
Okay.
the episode.
Okay.
But they didn't make a big deal about it. And she came out there and they're like asking questions. She's like, "Yeah, you know, it's hard to do these like promotional campaigns because you can't really say anything about the show." And
Yeah.
the conversation goes on for like 20 minutes. Everybody's at ease. Everybody's, you know, and then they're like, "Well, can you tell us anything?" And she was like, it was really terrible to have to say goodbye. Because Arya like dies in the second episode, and like, can we edit? We can edit. And she like starts crying. You know, like her eyes start welling up and everything. Like, and she's like, I can't say that. Like, we can go back and cut that, right? Like, because this is what all the people in the. Like she's like pointing to the audience, like gesturing to the audience.
Please don't tell anybody.
Yeah, but she had like, you know, obviously it's a ridiculous request.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
And she just like thought that, but it ended up being like an April Fool's thing. But it was fucking well
That's
played.
awesome. That's awesome. That was good. I'm liking it. I do have some. I don't really want to spoil that either because I do have some complaints though.
About this past episode.
Yes.
So I just want to say
Not the dark ones. I don't really care about that.
the dark ones.
Oh, everybody's complaining about how dark it is and blurry it is.
Well, so that is my complaint. That was my complaint about it. But I guess we'll just move that to the spoiler section.
Yeah.
There's one thing I really love about it, and that's when Bran looks at the dude's abdomen. Like right when it's getting ready to go down at the end, he's looking down at Bran. Bran's looking up at him, and then Bran goes, And then you know what transpires.
Yeah.
But like that was like oh shit! Oh, she pulled a Ray.
Anyway, I think that's it. I'm sure something else will fucking. I got some painting done. This did Conrad Kerr's.
Yes, that's all. Nice.
So, it feels like I'm lightening my load, so to speak. And fucking work's been crazy recently, man.
Like professionally or hobby wise or yes?
Yes. Yeah. It's been busy. A lot's going on, and I'm like running around, slipping on floors, trying to order more chemicals to clean shit, and not get my union approved lunch break.
Filling out the 608 hazmat form.
Oh my god! And if I gotta place one more placard up someplace, I'm gonna fucking lose my shit.
Tell me about it.
That's about it, man. And then
I bombed a promotional test. That happens.
Are you sure?
oh, you did? You bombed it?
Did you really? Oh, you got the results already?
You got the results?
Right down the drain.
Like, did you just like lock up on it?
No, look, man. Either I know the fucking answers or I don't.
It's not multiple choice.
Hey, man,
No,
don't
it
yell
is.
at me.
No. I'm speaking like I haven't passed a written test since the 80s, and like
Multiple choice not really a written test.
I don't know how else to define it.
Multiple choice test.
Okay, a multiple choice test. I haven't passed a multiple choice test since the 80s. I always go through and do all the ones I know and then go back and try to figure out the other ones. But I went through and
Oh, you should never do that. I'm serious.
Number one. So I went through and I did all the ones I knew, and I knew 87 of them.
Out of
150.
okay,
That's not the worst.
It's 54.
a little more than half.
54. So I was like, okay.
That
all
you're
right.
solid on? That's pretty good.
But for me, I was like, that's not. Usually, I need to be around the 65 pocket. So I was like, yep, this isn't looking good. Let me go back through. So I went back through, finished it, handed it in, got my results. 54%.
wow. I mean,
Now,
just by
what's-
odds, I
what's
should have
the-
gotten some of those right. Just by
What's the
guess.
bell curve on that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
A lot of people contacted me and been like, like, dude, I've taken this test like 3 or 4 times now. This was the hardest one, and like, I didn't necessarily find it any more or less difficult than any other written test I'd ever taken. But I just like, I'm not that type of person. Like, you can't give me the dictionary and say I'm going to test you on 100 words. Like, without a doubt, I am 100% going to study the other 10,244,000 words and not those 100. There were parts that I focused on, like, regarding, dealing with chemicals and stuff, regarding safety, because I was like, well, my mopping company seems to be very focused on safety, especially in the past year.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to really think about the safety stuff, really study the safety stuff. There wasn't really any safety questions on it at all. So,
Really?
so like all the time that I had spent on that would have been better used studying the other stuff that maybe I didn't study as much and whatever. So, like,
Are you gonna take it again?
in 2 years.
Okay. Oh, really?
I mean, it's every other year.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
You never know. People might have done worse.
Oh, I'm sure people did worse.
Yeah.
But like, I don't care about that necessarily.
No, I'm saying, but it's a ranking thing, right?
No.
Oh, you have to make a certain
Pass
level.
or fail.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's you got to make a 70. Now, there is like you can appeal the questions like or whatever. And sometimes they throw like 4 or 5 out, but like I would need 4 more thrown out,
Dude, that works, son.
So like anyway, long story short, they'll take the 70 and above people, and then they'll have to do a couple more testing processes, and then that combined score puts them on a list. And that's how that goes. But so I mean, that sucked. But I mean, like I just we talked about it on this podcast. I just took my CDL. I went through that whole process. Like I failed my CDL written test 3 times. Passed the practical first time. And I think it was like 14% of people pass it on their first time.
Yeah.
Like,
lady too.
You're just a practical guy.
I'm a hands-on person. Either hands-on or give me an essay to explain myself. And
Right. That's why I was asking about written tests, like written out answers versus multiple choice.
So,
some people do better in one, and some people do better in the other.
but multiple choice, I'm like, dude, like I don't know, like certain questions, like because I want to just drive the mopping equipment, and like. So some of the questions were MVA related. Some of the questions were policies for our mopping related. Some of the questions were kind of operational for our and I did really well on the operational stuff.
Yeah.
I did okay on the policy stuff, and I did poor on the MVA stuff. And like, I mean, one of the questions is like, when you're driving on an off ramp, how do you drive? And one was like accelerate, one was decelerate, one was maintain the speed limit, and one was just doesn't matter how you something that was ridiculous. Mm-hmm. So the answer to that question is you decelerate to get in, you maintain the speed limit when you're driving it, and then you accelerate as you're getting out. Like, so that's the answer to that. Yeah. But like, I'm like I can write you the correct answer to this, but I can't pick. And I got that question wrong. But I can't pick.
So what was the correct answer for multiple choice?
Accelerate. And mine was maintain speed limit because I just don't know what
which part of the ramp are you talking about?
Exactly. But like. You can't. Nobody's allowed to tell you anything. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not like I would be the guy constantly. Yeah, I'm not going to be that guy either. Miss Mackey, teacher. So anyway, I mean, I don't want to make it. I mean, I've had a really good year. If that's as bad as the year gets, like the good news about it, I got my score. I saw it was a 54, and I was like, oh, okay, sweet. Still got my job. Still got my birthday. Out the door I went. You know what I mean?
Cool. So, Joe, what do you know? What do you know, Joe?
I am so out of it. I'm tired.
Dude, I'm with you.
I'm distracted. Went to Olive Garden this morning. It was amazing.
Dude,
I've been in forever.
How much ketchup sauce did you use?
Not much. I like cream sauce.
How many chicken nuggets did you use? How many chicken nuggets did you use?
Chicken scampi, bro. It was good. And some stuffed mushrooms and some calamari. And unlimited breadsticks.
Yeah.
Dude, those breadsticks.
Their breadsticks are good.
They're fucking good. It's
I'm
only 15 minutes from here.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, Joe.
Ooh, that's another good conversation to go with the fries.
Breadsticks?
Best bread at a restaurant.
That place
Coastal Flats.
No, that place in fucking Little Italy.
Sabs?
Yeah.
That's good. Like Manaloo's is up there for me now because it's like straight up pizza dough. Like they brick oven fire and like.
What the hell was that?
It's a little something in my mouth.
That was really out of place.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry.
I used
Bonefish has really good bread too.
Bonefish.
I used to like Macaroni Grill when they give you the loaf and then the olive oil.
Yeah,
yeah,
Bonefish does that oddly enough.
Yeah,
which is weird.
Is that one around here?
Bonefish?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's
It's
so nice. All these restaurants I don't have close to me now.
We got to.
Dude, Frank's is shit, man. All right, continue. What you got?
Saw the live. I watched Endgame, of course, last night. Actually, because Chris wanted to watch it. We watched on Endgame night, I guess Thursday night. No, it was too late for me to come out, and we ended up watching Infinity War because Chris had never seen it. And after that, we're like, I watch Endgame.
You never saw Infinity War? That's crazy to me.
She loved Infinity Wars, so I mean, and that was the Thanos I wanted to watch. But now and then watch Endgame last night. Saw the live action Lion King trailer.
Dude, it looks
in the theater.
good.
It looks great, but
I'm happy James Earl Jones is still Mufasa.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I mean that's an added bonus, but it just looks good to me.
I mean, yeah, I mean the special effects are.
No, I mean like it looks like it's going to be a good movie.
But I was thrown off because of the voices. Like I wanted the original voices.
Well, yeah. It's funny.
I wanted Jeremy Irons.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. Like, I think I'm glad they kept James Earl Jones. I'm fine with everybody else changing, but there's no reason they should have changed. They should have kept Jeremy Irons.
See,
He's still around.
I never liked him.
Really?
Yeah, like I never liked his voice.
Get the fuck out of here!
I know. I hear you. His voice is always. It was always too evilly, dastardly evil to me.
Shut your fucking mouth.
We need Pinkerton's opinion too.
There's a common thread in there too about nostalgia.
Mustache twirler.
I don't know if it's just nostalgia or like it's so established. For the past 20 years, whatever, that's the voice in my head when I think of Scar. So that might be the problem.
Yeah, but I mean, do you need Matthew Broderick to be Simba?
No, we just said.
No, I'm talking to him.
Oh.
No, the Scar's very.
He's been Simba for the past 20 years.
I don't have a close connection, I guess, to Simba. He wasn't. I mean, he's the main character, but I don't have a connection to his voice. Like it was very Scar's voice. And
I hate
Mufasa's
Matthew
voice.
Broderick's voice. As a side note, I hate his voice. Like if it's not Ferris Bueller, get it the fuck out of here.
Well, his voice sounds that way, so he's got to talk hoarse. He's got to talk hoarse in the home.
I knew you were going there. That's my fourth animal noise.
Imagine if.
What a long face.
Dude, I love that show though. Sex in the Stable.
Did you just make that up? That's good. Why hasn't anybody ever done that before? right, Joe.
Imagine if Iago wasn't Gilbert Gottfried.
I know exactly.
It's just too iconic.
So that one,
take Pop-in-Law and the Little Misses and throw them off a cliff.
That one I think is more iconic. That one I agree.
Maybe because you like Lion King and watched it less. I watched Lion King a lot. I love Lion King.
But I liked Lion King. Did you watch it multiple times as an adult? Well, that's a trick question because I have kids. So
okay. So I mean, is yes. The answer is yes.
The answer is yes.
Those voices are ingrained in your head, but you don't care.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. Well, so if I had to pick one, they're like you had to pick one voice to keep, it would be
Darth Vader.
Obviously.
But is that nostalgia?
Maybe because I like his voice. I mean,
everybody likes
it's perfect.
No bullshit.
Omadon, best performance. Do you agree?
Huh?
Omadon, the Red Wizard from Flight of Dragons.
Yes, of course. The guy with the flaming sword and the eye patch in Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That motherfucker's voice
in Lion King. I don't think so.
No, that guy's voice. I don't know who he is. That guy's voice is amazing.
Yeah,
he has, dude. He's got a fucking voice in that guy. I'm gonna look it up while Joe continues.
Dude, the pipes on that kid,
dude. The tone of his voice. That guy. I'm like, God damn, that guy's got he got amazing. I want that guy to tell me stories. God damn it. Continue, Joe.
Is it just male voices that are iconic like that? Can you think of any female
voices?
Well,
I was just going to say, you know what my second voice would be? Would be the female love interest.
Nala?
Yeah. Like that's the second voice that comes to mind for me.
More than Scar.
Yeah.
Oh, because you never liked them.
I like the character. I never felt like the voice matched. You ever see like a guy, dude? Okay, so when I went, this is great. So when I went to mopping,
here we go,
mopping training, there was a guy in there named Pearson, fucking built like a fucking truck, like the type of dude that you're like, hey man, you're moving, right? Mm-hmm. And then you're like, would you mind giving me a hand? He's like, yeah, I'll be there. I'll matter of fact, I'll show up a little early. So then you show up to the new house, and your townhouse is sitting there. And you're like, no, you misunderstood what I meant. He's like, no, I just picked up your townhouse and I brought it over here. Like that type of dude, you know? Built like a fucking truck. And then you like mean old face, like, dude, this guy's got a story type of face, you know? And then I was like, introduce myself. And I'm like, what's up, man? I'm Bobby. Oh, how you doing, man? My name's Pearson. I was like, whoa, Mac. What type of face is that for a voice like that? Like that's how I feel about. Not to say that the voice is the same, but that's how I feel.
It's mismatched.
Yes.
Watch a Let's Play of it. Was watching a Let's Play of a game called Escape. Don't Escape. And it's like an old indie game.
Escape? Don't Escape?
Don't Escape. And it's like a sci-fi game about this guy who woke up trying to escape a spaceship that's infected with blue crystals. And then we're like, oh, I got us into a space mood. So we're like, let's look for something space to watch. And we started watching The Expanse. Which
I've heard good things.
I'm like 8 episodes into it. It's a fucking great show, but in the show, like it's about blue crystals in space. I'm like, how fucking weird life is that this happens.
What do the blue crystals do?
I don't know yet.
I don't understand.
But they infect stuff. I just found out that they infect stuff, and I was like, wait, we just watched the game just like this, and then we went to watch a show, and then now it's the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
But it's got good like space physics, like things you have to worry about in space. They take that shit into account. So that I'm always interested in quote unquote hard science.
Mm-hmm. All right, this guy's name is Richard Dormer.
Dick Dormer.
Facts.
Dude, can you imagine being a Dick Dormer?
See what else he's done. He's had it in some fucking he's done a lot of movies.
Watched another more. This is new / old season of the Great British Baking Show.
Oh, there's a new one.
It's not. It's new on Netflix, but it's an old season that hasn't been broadcasted before. And this was the old comedian ladies.
Okay,
and it was good because new.
Yeah,
content.
I like
new
that.
content
I like
regardless.
That.
I mean, I like that show a lot, man. It makes me want to eat baked goods though. And then you try to find, because they bake traditional or like known recipes of stuff and try to make it better. And then I would try to look up where I can buy that shit. You can't buy that shit nowhere. There's no fucking bakery that makes fucking celebration cake.
That's how I feel about watching Sopranos and wanting to eat like just tons of pasta.
Hey, I'm gonna
dude, Olive Garden's 15 minutes from here.
I'm gonna tell you, I put in Dick Dormer into Google, and Dick Dormer's
into
voice
Pornhub,
and Dick Dormer's voice popped up. I'm just saying that.
You think he used to go by Dick Dormer and his agent was like, no. You gotta change that shit.
Dude, we should start Nerd Rage sex toys. First thing, Dick Dormers.
Jesus.
What would it be?
2 wings on the side of your dick that massage the labia.
Black Phillip, get on drawing a prototype.
Jesus Christ, Bobby. Oh, man. This is an audio sample.
Do you think I was attacked because I was getting near the truth?
It's loud.
If we could understand why people do what they do, why anyone would kill all those people the way he did.
I don't know what he's talking about,
But
I want to hear some more.
but I want to hear some more of it.
Mad Marlboro Reds. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
If we could understand the motive, maybe we wouldn't have spent so much time chasing our own tails.
One time I heard this guy say to this other dude like obviously showed up to work like
My name's Dick Dormer.
struggling a bit, like just rolled out of bed, and he's like, "You all right, man?" And he was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, you look like you just smoked a whole pack of cigarettes." And everything, how funny it was, fucking twin. Oh God!
All right. Anything else, Joe?
And biggest news of all is
No, we skip that part.
I maybe moving basically next door to here at Bobby's house.
Won't you be my neighbor?
See, the thing is that Bobby hates his neighbors.
That's why I'm
Not
doors
anymore.
down. three doors down.
Dude.
Like the band.
Dude. Then now you guys, this is 2 of you. You can like make all the other neighbors want to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. They can be like, are they taking? It's like,
Oh,
it's
you
like
missed it. We're entering stage 2 of my long-term plan.
we're gonna start intimidating people. I'm gonna put a. I'm gonna put
Is that a thing?
Yeah, I'm gonna put a fucking.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna put a fucking salmon ladder outside and start fucking doing pull-ups.
Wearing nothing but a dick dormer.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it would be like, you know how the old people would be like, oh, those people are moving in the neighborhood, better get the fuck out.
All right.
Yeah, today's the last of my paperwork. I just put all in this
You
morning.
got a contract. It's been ratified.
Oh, yeah,
You got
that's the
loan
main
approval.
part. The loan approval is the last
Yeah,
part.
yeah.
Like I got pre-approved, but they want a bunch of documents. I sent them all this
So-
morning. I haven't heard anything back, so that should be good.
Yeah,
'cause
good. No news is good news.
No news is good.
So settlement in 2 weeks, and then you put your house on the market.
17th. Dude,
Nice.
I bought a house within a fucking week.
Yeah, man.
I was obsessed. I
It's
haven't
fucking
slept.
good. Dude, your fucking real estate agent must fucking love you.
It's a family friend. Like,
Oh, really?
She works for she's done a lot of stuff for my parents.
Okay.
So like, she left the whole family now because we all fucking buy and sell houses for some reason.
Crazy rich Asians.
I have not watched that movie, but I mean, it's
Really? It's
crazy. 'Cause
great.
I was like looking into moving to a new market because of this possible new job that I still haven't heard from yet. And then Laura hit me up, be like, "Yo, this house next door is getting sold." I'm like, "Let me hop on that shit."
That's awesome.
And within days,
Yeah. It's
days,
crazy.
I feel like I just got into a momentum of things, and that
It's all thanks to,
it's Bobby.
Kevin.
Bobby inceptioned me.
It's all Kevin.
He somehow convinced me that I need to move next door, and I was like, "Yeah, I need to move next door."
Stop playing the long game, man. I'm playing the long game.
Dude, remember you guys visited me before I even finished moving into the townhouse? He walked in and shook his head like, "Nah, that's not enough."
Who says that when they walk into somebody's new house?
You're fucking obnoxious.
I am obnoxious.
And it's been my head for the last 2.5 years.
Just digging in there like a worm, eating its way through.
Oh, worms. The worm noise.
All your noises start to sound the same.
I think it's the head movements that look the same.
It's
It's
that mouth.
yeah, the mouth that looks like it's about to fucking throw up at the end.
What was the outer sound?
It's different. I can.
You look like you're having a seizure.
It's like Magnum and Blue Steel are two different things.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I worried that I'm gonna be too close. That like.
Oh, like,
You know, like sometimes you really like some people, and then you have them move in as your roommate, and then you're like, I fucking hate you.
yeah, but I think 4 doors down, which
Just
is
right.
different from 3 doors down,
Oh yeah.
which is a band.
Just a band.
I think it's perfect.
And we can't see each other from the front door because the road is curved.
Yeah.
which is not one of the things on my list to worry about. But
Bobby will still never come to your house though.
Yeah.
Facts.
well, I told him. I
He's
told
like,
him.
you're like, dude, you're right here.
Just come over.
I told him because
You're right
he's
here.
like he has said to me like he wished buddies came over and worked out a while back, and I told him I was like, look, whatever extra time you put in over here, I'll pay you back in the gym. I'll pay you back minute for minute.
I'm making work.
But then I also told him
Not gonna happen.
but then I also told him it's not standard time.
That's a standard time.
There's a standard time as well. So like, he's coming here regardless to do the show. So like that wouldn't count. But if there's a moment where we can both look at each other,
Dude, let me tell you the next con. He'd be like, no, dude, you were over here before helping with the DTOFs. This is standard time, Joe. This is
all
standard
standard
time.
time.
and it might be,
See?
it might
Oh, this should drop.
because it might be. But like if it's like one day he came over after dinner to like help me sort some shit out or to record something, little bonus thing, and it's like, okay, this definitely wouldn't be happening if you weren't 4 doors down.
Oh yeah, because that'll be far. Yeah.
Good luck cashing that check, Joe.
Bobby Jack's face.
I'm down.
No, I'm not interested in being Bobby Jackface. I'm not interested in any of it, but I will do it. I will pay it back. I will pay back the time.
Dude, you definitely look like a skinhead then. Just a jack bald dude.
Yeah, you
It
can't.
looks like I've seen shit
Yeah.
with tattoos.
Time to up the Ramstein t-shirts.
All right, what do we got for news?
All right, so we had the Sonic trailer. Did anybody watch that?
did.
Oh, it's so. Ugh.
Let's not do this.
I had a good note for it.
What's that? Fuck.
This movie can't come fast enough.
This movie can't get out of the theaters fast enough.
I did want to watch it. I just didn't get a chance to. I know everybody's been shitting on it.
I mean, dude, it's
It's so off-putting.
this is
looking.
the beginning of the end of Jim Carrey's career.
It hasn't come already.
Hedgehog noises, though.
He looks so cartoonish.
Exactly.
It does look cartoony.
Like his the structure of it. It'd have been better if he just was from a cartoon world. Like he just came and he was just an animated creature in our planet, and they didn't try to CGI make it look real. It'd have been better. Dumb.
I saw the Pokemon trailer. I loved it. Like
The Pokemon
now,
was great.
now I
It's
really
great.
want to watch it.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah,
great.
but the Pokemon look like they can possibly be
you
different.
put a
creatures.
little sauce on the E.
The Pokemon. I can't stand that shit right now. Fuck, that's the bane of my existence. Because my kids watch that shit and it's fucking annoying.
Your kids like Pokemon?
Oh,
I thought it was just
God.
Bobby's kids that like
I
Pokemon.
know. I'm fucking pissed. Fucking pissed. I'm like, you're not going over there to the Skullfosses anymore. We're done with that.
Yeah, well,
We're done with that.
they don't want to watch TV when your kids are here either.
It's funny, man. Because my kids don't get to watch TV
Correct.
as much.
So they're like, oh, it's playtime, and your kids are like, it's TV time.
We can watch whatever we want for as long as we want.
It
It's
is fucking
great.
funny.
What do you have against Pokemon? I don't understand.
The show is fucking annoying. It's fucking annoying. It is like
Kids shows are annoying. You're just racist.
maybe. I mean, I'm not racist against anime. I love anime,
It's
but
anime.
like that I'd rather watch Digimon.
Digimon's better. I love Digimon.
I know,
Digimon is
same.
superior Pokemon,
Okay, I'm just telling you, like Pokemon is fucking. It is not.
and it's dogfighting for kids.
Yeah. I don't. It's fucking dumb.
It is dogfighting for
It's
kids.
fucking dumb.
But
But I do want to go see Pikachu, Detective Pikachu.
Yes, me too.
So
That's funny.
I do want to institute some homework for this week to next week. There is a note in the description of this week's episode about an interview with Todd McFarlane regarding Spawn.
Spawn. I saw a little bit of it.
I didn't watch it. I want to take guesses as to what he said in that interview and then circle back to it next week and see if we're on point. Unless you just want to explain.
I got to recuse myself from this. I've already watched a good 3/4 of it.
Oh, never mind then. You can just tell us what it's about then.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
dark. It's
It's
gritty.
dark. It's gritty. It's,
Jamie Foxx is going to be in it, and fucking Jamie Reiner's going to be in it, and we're doing something different, and I'm not making the same thing over and over
It's
again.
just gonna be
and
amazing.
Blah blah blah.
different story.
Yeah,
That was on my list.
I don't even remember. I watched it. I don't even remember everything he said because this is the same old shit coming out of his mouth. So maybe I missed something in the last quarter of it.
Let's see. So, theory confirmed. Moving into the Marvel stuff. And this, actually, let's get this Batman Catwoman thing out of the way because this kind of leads into in-game spoilers. So let's do Batman Catwoman. We'll do questions, and then we'll do this couple in-game notes.
Yeah.
And then, okay. So, Batman, Catwoman, exposed their looks for Gotham.
Oh, so stupid.
Catwoman doesn't look bad.
Is that the same actress?
Mm-hmm. Looks like her anyway.
All I saw the picture of her is him holding her.
It looks like her to me. I don't know.
Yeah, it didn't. That is like a funny angle.
He looks like the porn parody version got hired.
Oh, he looks worse than that.
To do the.
He looks worse than that.
To do the regular show.
Yeah, the porn parody is better looking.
They have high quality porn parodies nowadays. They
He's got
good
this
costumes.
They took this.
Ton. I just looked at him the other day. Like,
Oh,
there's
great.
Oh yeah, just the other day, not all the time.
There's a
right?
Star Wars one looks amazing.
There's a Ninja Turtles one.
What?
That's a Simpsons
Like, it's
one.
like 4 dudes standing around April, like in green body paint. Like, it's a fucking disaster. Let me tell you about this. This is
Dude,
a good story.
I want to see a pic.
Beautiful disaster.
I don't have.
I mean,
it
are
handy.
they like humans? Or they actually look like the turtles from the CGI?
So I don't remember what the faces look like, but the bodies look like turtles, like turtle bodies. Wow. Like,
I gotta see this,
look it up.
and I can't.
So
Break my rule.
oh, that's right. So I watched. They had a trailer
If you
for it.
pull it up, it's fine.
So they had a trailer for it.
Yeah.
Pull up the trailer. Trailer be good.
I got to go back and find it. It was like
Oh,
in-
just go to X. No, not gonna.
So anyway, they had the open, like, I turned it off. I didn't make it through because I didn't even make it to the turtle part. It was SpongeBob SquarePants getting a blowjob, and I'm telling you, he was wearing like a SpongeBob SquarePants looking outfit, like
a square,
like
a box.
big square box.
Oh my
with his
God.
fucking wiener hanging out.
I gotta watch this when I get home.
It was nuts. It was nuts. I'm not into that. I'm not into it.
You're gonna have some neighbors who are gonna be doing that.
Dude, what if your neighbors were furries? That would be crazy.
That would be crazy. That's a weird thing to say. What if too? What if? Yeah, I'd watch. I would.
Yeah, what did you do?
What?
Through the window.
Oh, our houses are so close. I just reach across. Give it a little A-OK. I saw this these memes. I was looking. I don't know how I got there, but it was Saved by the Bell, I think. And
Parody porn?
And no. And it had like this chick on there. Maybe it wasn't Saved by, I don't know. It was like a show like Saved by the Bell. Was there a black chick in Saved by the Bell?
Yes.
Okay.
Lisa Turtle.
I never really watched it. So it had like all of them like sitting like in a cast photo position, and she was giving the A-OK, but like her fingers are kind of together, and like the meme was like, dude, who knew that Lisa was Blood Gang? Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, the Batman.
Batman looks like shit.
It looks like they took some of the design from Batman Noel. It looks like bad cosplay. It looks like Batman Noel.
It does look like bad cosplay. I agree.
Yeah.
We do have some questions that we'll get to real quick. They were submitted via Patreon. These initial ones. It says, "Hey guys, decent fan with all the additional content from Patreon and the never miss a week episodes. It feels like I have been a fan forever. Seriously, by forcing myself to listen and watch everything just to keep up, it's almost like I have made myself give years upon years to Nerd Rage Radio content. But when you're already committed to the first 5 films of a franchise, you just have to put your head down and grind it out."
That sounds awful.
He's into all the old stuff.
He said, "This is even exhausting." But to my question, knowing how easy it can be to fill
Dude, don't go back.
just how knowing how
go
easy it
forward.
can be to fill a day with work, Adam being a Navy SEAL and Bobby being an honorably discharged wounded war hero by all accounts, children, Adam dealing with dopus and Bobby forcing his children into videos, and wives going to take it easy there and know my place. How do you both stay current on these nerd hobbies and passions? Now, I know an easy answer could be that by doing a 35 podcasts and videos a week, it allows you to set the schedules and times for such interests. But did or does that ever make the fandom a job or make you guys feel like you're just going through the motions? I'll wait for the response off air, but seriously, thanks for the dedication and sharing the love, boys. It makes my stressful life just a little bit easier, feeling like I get to listen to a couple friends each week talk about stuff I enjoy. Keep it up, please. P.S. Please wish Bobby a happy new year for me.
Still, wow, that's nice.
Motherfucker. So I think that like in regard to the Nerd Rage stuff, it's, I mean, honestly, I have to give credit to Phil. It's Phil that keeps me up to date by putting news into the group.
Yeah. Same.
And that's how I stay up to date with it. And in regard to the toys and stuff, It's funny because he just recently sent me a picture of a toy, or no, he sent me like because when Motormaster shipped, he's like, "Dude, Motormaster shipping," and I was like, "So I heard," because I'm like getting like 30 fucking PMs a day about Motormaster shipping, and I was like, "So I've heard," and he was like, "Oh no, I'm that guy. I'll never send another, whatever." But yeah, I always keep him on there like the sticker on a 50/50.
Oh god,
just as a joke. Anyway, he 59/50 is what I meant to say. I'm at a point now with the Transformer shit that like I don't really need to stay on top of it because people flood my DMs with every fucking new thing that comes out. So like honestly, like I bitch about it, like kind of jokingly. That getting hit up about the PMs all the time in regards to every new little piece of news that happens, but it's honestly it's that which now keeps me. It's funny how it's like turned in on itself. Where I was going to find the news to present it to people to talk about, and now people are finding the news and presenting it to me to talk about. Like it's funny how that has worked out. It never. I don't really feel like I'm going through the motions with anything in regard to nerd rage. I do feel it sometimes with my channel. But that's why I have tried to interject shit on my channel to spice it up. Like basically every time I come up with a new idea for a show, that's when I've gotten fed up with what I'm doing and and feel like I'm going through the motions, like Skull Affair, or If It Teases the Court, or Sit Down Saturday, or Skull Talk is like kind of the most recent one. For Dummies, like that is when I feel like I'm just going through the motions and I need to do something different. Mm-hmm. So that's mine. But I never feel that way here. There used to be a time where we would talk about certain notes, like so and so is interested in playing Poison Ivy in a proposed 2025 film based on such and such that Warner Brothers is possibly considering, and they brought it up at a lunchtime meeting that wasn't really official with said writer such and such. I'm like, I don't care. You know what I mean? This He-Man, there was a He-Man note in there this week.
Yeah, I saw it. It's like a kid from some Netflix thing.
You know what I mean?
He said like on Conan O'Brien, he was cast as He-Man.
Yeah, and it's like, cool. I'll talk about that when we start talking about the movie.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like I do feel that I've gotten burnt out on like the TV. Like I felt like for a while my role was like to watch some TV and like bring that shit to the table. And I've like been off my game on that shit. And there's a bunch of Netflix shows I haven't watched, like taking time to get caught up with Game of Thrones. And the one big thing with that is I don't want people to spoil it for me. And actually, I stayed unspoiled.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't know anything that happened. And it's not like most times spoilers don't matter to me, but with that, the whole big gimmick is people killing people. People dying.
Right.
Which is kind of my complaint about this one. Not enough people did.
You're the second person I've heard say that.
Yeah, and I'll explain that when we get to that section. I do feel like recently, and I might have some new changes coming up here soon. I'll talk about that off air. But like, I'm up at 2:00 in the morning. I don't get back home at 2:00 in the morning. I'm fucking tired, and like sometimes it's hard to get in the zone to do this. Once I'm doing it, it's almost like you're tired and your wife wants to have sex. You're like, okay, we'll do this. And then once you get into it, you're like, okay, this was fun. I forgot. I like this. One of my favorite things. No, I'm just joking. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's anytime. Let's do it. But once you're in the mix, it's good. But every once in a while, like you guys do more of the fucking. You do everything with the Patreon stuff. I just don't have the time anymore. And that like whenever it feels like there's an obligation or a chore, that's when it starts to fuck with me because I do feel like I'm always overloaded with chores, and then that kind of gets in my head. It's like recently I'm stopped buying shit, and I'm still doing pretty good with that. And it's trying to get shit off my fucking plate of stuff that like all right. Like I'm working on Chris has got like a towel thing that I'm painting, and I told him like, hey man, I can't do that. I'm not gonna be able to get it done in time. He's like, oh man, you don't have to worry about it until Skullfest. I'm like, all right, and I might, every once in a while I grab it and throw some paint on it and then move on to the next thing, But it's like, just I wish I could take a month off and just fucking work on my house and paint it.
I say that. Well, okay, to work on your house and paint it is different.
Yeah,
but like
to work on my house and paint. You put it that way.
Because sometimes I'm like, man, I wish I could take a month off to just do nothing. you know. But
don't
then,
know how.
But then I have a day where I don't have to do anything, and I'm a disaster to be around.
Oh, you're gonna come over and work out? It's fine,
Yeah, well, only if I owe time.
Dude, I'm down to come over to work.
dude. Always, you've been invited forever.
Yeah, I know.
You can come.
Well, you know, I've always thought about like stopping, like the thing about stopping by your old house and working out on the way, because on the way back home from home,
Yeah.
is fine for me. It's perfect time for me to work out. But stopping in Montgomery County and then getting my 45-minute trip from your house takes 2 hours.
Yeah, it's fucking great.
Yeah,
but now we're gonna be real close.
Yeah, man, I'm down.
Dude, it's especially weird that like my house is exactly Bobby's house, but like flipped.
Inversed.
Yeah.
It's the upside down.
Bizarro.
It's like you're gonna like be making wrong turns.
Yeah,
Oh,
like,
walking into
dude,
walls.
I couldn't
Dude,
do.
I can't wait till you move in, Joe, because I'll be like, damn, man, I like that. I like this about your house bed. This is a better way to do it than Bobby's house. Absolutely, man. Like that, like just the flow, the feng shui of this is so much better.
I've
And
been.
then when I come back, you'll be like, you know what? I can't.
Flow is not.
Yeah, man, I feel it's.
I have a hard time. I've been here so much this past few years. Like when I haven't even stepped foot in that house yet. Still, I bought it. I haven't stepped foot in it. Like my
You bought it sight unseen.
no, yeah. Kristen went. My parents went to look at it.
Does this go right now?
I tried. They're not available today to let me in. Yeah, but like I tried to like think of where I would put stuff, and then I tried to picture in my head, and like I could not fucking flip the bitch. Because like no, you gotta turn left here instead of turning right, and I get all fucked up.
What
Just
about
walk around here with a mirror.
Yeah,
what about you, Joe? Do you how do you stay on top of shit?
I don't. I come here and I hang out with you guys, and I don't know a lot of stuff. I mean, I have priorities in life. Mm-hmm. Like,
No.
Unlike the person that wrote the question,
no. Like I have my priorities as part of like an obsession.
it was Jimmy, by the way, that wrote the question.
Like
Oh, okay.
with moving and like house and work. Like even though I don't want those to be my priority, like my action says otherwise because like I'm compelled to do those things first. Like if there's work, I'm compelled to do work before anything else.
I mean, would you say that it's like fucking mainly Shattercast and Nerd Rage that keeps you up on the what's going on?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I still listen to Shadow. I don't really buy Transformers anymore, but I still listen to it. Well, I enjoy the content mostly.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly. And Phil, basically, keeps me up to the end of
You know,
everything.
it's funny. I don't watch any YouTube anymore. It's crazy.
Really?
Really?
Yeah,
I
watch any
spend the majority of my time
anymore.
on YouTube.
I mean, the only YouTube I watch now is yoga videos, the instructional, like while I'm doing my yoga. That's it. Just to mix it up.
I rarely get a chance to watch it either. And then usually, like,
It's crazy though, man.
also, like, I mean, I never really watched it a whole lot anyway because most of the time, if I'm going to watch YouTube, it's on my phone. And if you watch YouTube on your phone, it's like you're locked out of your phone. You can't like do 1,000 other things.
Yeah, you can minimize. It
You
minimizes.
keep looking at it. It's
I
that.
saw it. I saw it.
YouTube doesn't minimize on yours. It minimizes on my non-iPhone.
You can minimize it and keep playing, but you can't like get out of the app and open up other apps and shit. You can't do that.
I have maps and
Yeah, that's a Google thing.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Your text message is ugly as fuck though.
Right?
We have another question, dear NRR. If you would indulge me in a personal question,
I think we give you enough.
after listening to about a half hour of the Manson Bobby Boogie Bop on Patreon and hearing about the opening line in Manson's book, which I plan on checking out after I finish Corey Taylor's book, Hell for Me Was My Grandfather's Basement. My question to you guys is this: what was hell for you? And if you could put it in such terms, and furthermore, if you were to write a book on your own lives, what would your opening sentence be?
Oh, come on. That's
God.
yeah.
On the spot is too.
That's too hard.
What was hell?
Do you want to circle back to it in a week, but will we spend the week thinking about it? Is the question.
I mean, I know the lowest point of my life. I mean, that's easy. So I was all fucked up. My back was all fucked up, and I couldn't, walk. So, like basically bedridden on pills, and I was like,
Did you ever think about doing a mixtape during that era?
no,
Look Who's Walking.
no.
I remember it reminds me of one time we were sitting around, me, JR, and Dange, and we were talking.
I know the story.
We were talking about like in order to be a rapper nowadays, you have to have like gone through this terrible thing. Like Kanye West almost died in a car accident, 50 Cent shot a whole bunch of times, whatever. And Danger was like, worst thing that ever fucking happened to me was I fell off the monkey bars and bit half my tongue off. And JR was like, dude, that's your mixtape right now. Just do it. Mouth open on the CD cover. Look who's talking.
It's great.
Yeah, there's two key memories in that. Like one, I remember like my foot wasn't working. I like the drop foot or whatever. And I was like trying to get up the stairs. I couldn't get up the stairs. Like, my foot was just like it was dead. And I was like, oh my God, my body's broken. Like it was a crazy thing. And the other part is when my second one was just starting to talk, and my oldest and like
Your second foot?
my second daughter was starting to talk, and my oldest was like, oh, Daddy, Daddy can't pick us up because his back. And then in Italian, repeat, he can't pick up her back. And I was like, oh my God, I'm fucking like my daughter thinks I'm a broken thing. That's fucking like that was bad. I guess some of the situations. I mean, I had a lot of other stuff too, but that was like one where it's like there's nothing at the point in time. There's like I felt like there's nothing I could do to make that better. It wasn't like I lost a job and I got a new job, or somebody stole $15,000 from me. I can go get some more money, or I had a bad business deal or something like that. It's like, dude, you can't. There's nothing that anybody can do to fix this right now. You just gotta roll the dice and see if it gets better or not. And that fucking sucked. So
Yeah, that's rough. Joe?
Time period wise, a couple. One in my early 20s when we talked about on one of the Patreons when I was hospitalized.
Mm-hmm.
And also when I was younger, there was a long period when I was bullied like heavily day after day. That shit fucked with me. That was pretty bad. It seemed like there was no way out at the time, but then it made me a better person.
Mixtape, no way out.
I mean, like.
Perfect.
But I think it's normal. People get bullied.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing. Like looking back on it, it's nothing special.
I tell that to young people that I encounter.
No, I mean
that are going.
Bullying is something. It's not. I mean,
No, it is something.
Yeah.
It just seems like it's a bigger deal at the time than it really is. Now looking back on it. Now,
No, yeah, I hear you.
you know.
I hear you. There's perspective.
I tell young people, if I encounter them that are obviously going through a rough patch, I tell them I only say 3 words to them. Like I don't get involved in their
Suck it
business.
up.
Yeah, I know. I just say it gets better. Because I think when you're in that spot, you feel like there's no light.
Yeah.
When you're young, you don't see a proper future. Your life as you know it in high school or middle school is life forever. Like you don't contemplate this idea of not having to deal with that type of shit.
I mean, 4 years seem like 3 or 4 years, and 4 years seem a lot longer back then than it does now. 4 years is nothing. Now. But also, like I look at now at this point in my life, I consider it a positive experience. It made me a stronger, tougher, and just better person. I'm like, I don't want to be that guy. Let me be better, so I wouldn't. People won't have an excuse to pick on me.
Dude, I like it when you consider yourself a better person. I like that. Mine would be definitely when I was a kid and staying at my mom's house
Every week.
Every weekend. Like that was and it came up a little bit on that Manson episode that he's talking about. Like just it's the feeling of powerlessness, of not having any control over your environment or your I'm in my room. I could stay there, go to sleep, wake up the next morning, have breakfast, come downstairs and listen to like pop music while we clean the house and have a great morning with my mom singing and dancing and everything else. Or she could come in the room in the middle of the night and whip us for no fucking reason. You know what I mean? Like, and there was no determining any real chain of events that would make one evening different from the other. It was just this unknown of how you're
Chaos.
Yeah. Like
you can try and make it better.
and you had no control of it. Yeah. And that for me would be that. But the start to my book would be, although he looked like a cancer patient, he felt like a gladiator.
It's pretty fucking good.
What would the first line of my book be? I don't know, man.
Asians aren't real minorities.
Maybe something like, damn, fuck you, Joe.
Damn, that's a weird way to open the book.
It was it'd be probably something like you always felt like he could do better. You know,
You're writing in the third person. Me too. All right, and do you remember any other questions, Joe?
I screened everything out other than questions in the emails. They should all be questions.
Okay, here's one. Hey, fellas, 2 questions for you. First one is for Adam. Adam, have you looked at any of the Age of Sigmar stuff? I would be into your painting style in a fantasy. I would be into your painting style in a fantasy.
Probably
setting.
interested.
Maybe.
Yes, I have.
What do you think?
I don't like
ones. Right?
I have played. I don't like the I don't like the Primaris aesthetic. Whew, Freudian slip. I don't like the Stormcast Eternal aesthetic, which was the basis for the Primaris aesthetic, I believe. I think they look stupid.
I don't think it's the basis. I think they were worked on at the same time to be similar. I mean, they came out first. They came out first. Yes.
It's a Guillermo del Toro monster. You know what I mean? They all look the same, even though they're different. That's. I mean, they had it's the same knee fucking flaps or whatever. The undead stuff looks cool. Like Nagash looks cool. And if I ever got into Age of Sigmar, I'd do an undead army.
We don't use that word on the show.
Nagash? Why? I don't know. Yeah.
But yeah, it looks good. But like, I don't have enough time to invest into anything, right? Like you have your plate full with 30K stuff. You can't even do 40K stuff. How can you look at the Age of Sigmar stuff?
You haven't even started 20K.
I know. Dude, I want to do 20K now.
I love that.
Techno barbarian hordes.
It'd be fucking badass, bro.
It would be.
Joe would totally be in on that. They're fucking.
I don't know about that.
They're big as fuck.
They're
bigger than Primaris Marines.
It's not about size.
It's
about the shape.
It is about size. It's about size.
Dude,
Joe. You're a size queen.
You're a
size
queen.
queen.
You can have a
Joe.
big ugly dick.
Whoa.
You're a size queen, Joe.
Whoa. And then the second part of the question was a group question. What songs, books, movies make you realize you are, in fact, soft, old, and trash? For me, it's Old Man Logan graphic novel, When the Tigers Broke Free from Pink Floyd, and Braveheart. Interested to see what you guys think. Keep up the good work. To the listeners who aren't on that Patreon tip, you are missing out. Thanks, Matt. And he said thanks, Matt, and I'm also in terms saying thanks, Matt. The importance of a comma.
That's what that's for.
So there's this one song that, like, if I don't think I have any enemies, but if I did have enemies, they should just have this song ready. So if I came charging at them, they could play it and instantly cripple me down to the ground weeping.
Sia Breathe.
It's North Star by Raekwon the Chef. It's not even an especially bad, like, sad song content wise. There's something tonally about it that just it activates something in me, and I don't know what it is, but it's it breaks me down.
That Yellow Wolf Have a Great Flight.
Yeah, that's another one.
That fucking kills me, bro.
Yeah,
Cat's Cradle kills me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't ever know the joy of being a father. So
that's true, Joe. You
but I have the joy of being a
happiness
son
and giving yourself to someone else.
I have a great father.
Yeah.
What's the is there a show? You got to pick a show as well or a movie?
Or whatever. Anything. I'm guessing. I don't know if any books have that effect on me. Really.
Did Sex and the City did it for you?
Sex and the Stable did it for me.
I'll tell you that last episode of fucking.
Oh yeah, 6 Feet Under. You always talk about
that. Here recently though, man. Oh, fucking The Arrival. That fucking killed me. Arrival, not The Arrival. The Arrival is a Charlie Sheen movie.
One.
Amy Adams one, yeah.
That didn't. I mean, that
I enjoyed it a lot.
That perplexed me.
Oh, it's good. Yeah, you can't deal with time travel.
No, I like the movie.
Never mind. Like you're confused with time travel.
Yeah, well, actually, it turns out you were confused with time travel, but I'm not sure if you read that.
With what they said, the Prime. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. That doesn't disqualify anything I said.
Yeah, well, there wasn't two.
Yes,
we'll get there.
Yes, there was.
And that's not what they said.
Are you talking about the Prime universe?
What the Russo brothers said.
What do you think they said?
Oh, I'll read it. I'll read the quote.
We'll get there.
Okay.
I cry fucking in episode 4. I cry in episode 5. I cry in episode 6. I cry in episode 8. I cry in. I think that's it for Star Wars. I might cry at episode 3. And there's this one piece of music in episode 2 at the very end.
You're a bitch.
Yeah.
Old and soft.
Old, soft, and trash. There's this one bit at the end of episode 2 during the credits where it's the I think it's the love song that's played between the two. Across the Stars is I think the name of it. And right as like the credits are ending, it transitions into the Imperial theme for like just 3 notes. But there's something about it that's fucking haunting to me that I think did a better job of portraying where Anakin was headed than the movie itself, honestly. But it's powerful to me. I'm trying to think if there's a lot of movies make me feel a way. End of Dark Knight Rises chokes me up. Like seeing Batman happy and all that shit, and like raising the glass to Alfred, and Alfred being fulfilled to see like that shit makes me feel away. A lot of the stuff in Man of Steel fucking pulls on my heartstrings. Like most of it is the flashback stuff, but you know, like it fucks with me. I think that most of my like old soft and trash moments are related to like my love affair of characters over my entire life, you know, and like I think that in some way, in some cheesy ass way, like all the good, the bad, all of it, like gets wrapped up into one bundle for me.
Remember Robert De Niro in As Good as It Gets? Not as good as it gets. Analyzed this. Like anytime you watch like a fucking
Yeah.
I've been like that last 3 years.
Do you remember when Tony Soprano cried during therapy one time? I think he was talking about the Ducks. And
yeah.
And like he just started crying like uncontrollably, like in the office of his therapist. And he's like, "Oh fuck, look at him." That's how I feel. I've even said it sometimes. I've been like, "Oh fuck, look at him." Like where you feel like I don't know. Like I do feel this like shame regarding it. You know, like I'm like,
yeah, you need to go talk to somebody about that.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's my father. You know, like it wasn't permitted in my house. Like you were only allowed to cry when it had a function. Like. You know, and he didn't perceive it to have function with most things. My grandfather died, and he said I could shed a tear. I mean, I'm sure he didn't literally mean one tear, but he was like, "Look, this ain't a weeping moment. You know, you can have your little moment."
Dude, my dad is the worst at funerals. It doesn't matter who it is. It's like he's thrown himself on the casket, bro.
He doesn't even know them.
Dude, he doesn't have to know them. That's the facts. You put him in a funeral, he'll just be like sobbing. He wasn't that bad at my grandmother's funeral, though.
Empathetic of the atmosphere. Something.
Doesn't deal with death. All right, what's next?
We got a rapid fire.
Oh, let's do it. I got to pee, though.
All right. All right, so rapid fire. Are we ready?
Yeah.
I'm surprised we didn't get a Paul C question.
It's going to be like right after we sign off.
Yeah, probably. Okay, said, "What up, guys? If you keep liking them, I'll keep doing them. Glad to hear Adam say he looks forward to these questions, and I love how you'll go into detail about the ones I don't think will hit. Take care till next time, and hopefully none of these are repeats. If so, suck it up." 1. Where's Waldo or Choose Your Own Adventure?
Choose your own adventure.
Where's Waldo?
Wow.
Fucking simple.
You know what's funny? I never did a Choose Your Own Adventure as a kid. I knew it was a thing.
Really?
Yeah, well, I never really
know how to read.
I don't know how to read still, which is really sad. I don't like
Dude, I
talking about
got
it.
one at the house when we bring it over.
But I knew it was a thing, but I just never had one.
Well, you did the
Bandersnatch.
Snatch?
The movie.
Snatch. Yeah.
Yeah, but book wise, I never.
So Bandersnatch or Where's Waldo?
Well, Bandersnatch over Where's Waldo. But
There you
But if I had to open one book or the other, I'm definitely finding Waldo. I'm finding his girlfriend. I'm finding the wizard.
Fuck that.
Wow,
wizard.
you know these books.
And I'm finding that guy that broke out of jail. That's like Where's Waldo imposter. I'm finding that dude too.
Continue.
Okay, Skeletor or Mumra?
Skeletor.
Yeah.
But Mumra is tight.
I do like the transformation.
Mumra is tight. I think Mumra is a better villain.
I think, I think so too.
You know, but like Skeletor, just you got a soft space. For
Like if you had to fight one of them, I would rather fight Skeletor.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you got a much better
I think
chance.
Mumra's got to take Skeletor. But who's going to win against He-Man and Lion-O? I think they've done this. I think they've done this on the battle.
I think I'd give it to He-Man.
Yeah, I think He-Man does beat him.
Beat Lionel?
Yeah.
So, Sword of Power or
Well,
Thundercat Sword.
Or Thunder Omen.
yeah, the
Sword of Omens.
Yeah, it's
Gives him sight beyond sight, by the way.
In the video, I saw that video.
Yeah.
He ends up putting Lino around a whole bunch of water.
there was a giant water tornado, I think, in it.
See?
Yeah.
It's the key. Louis Satcher or Beverly Cleary, authors of stories teachers probably read to you between 3rd and 5th grade, like Wayside Stories, Mouse on the Motorcycle.
I wasn't in America.
I don't know.
I wasn't in America. Dude, cop out. Peanut butter, chunky or smooth?
Smooth.
Both.
I've been eating a lot of chunky peanut butter recently, and I hate it.
Really?
But I can tolerate it. I've learned that about myself.
Well, you know, it's like I prefer smooth or creamy.
Creamy.
You know, but if I'm spreading it on something, I want it to be creamy. If I'm having a spoonful of it, a little chunk won't hurt you. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, bar soap or body wash?
Body wash.
So I prefer body wash, but I haven't made the switch.
That's what it is.
It feels like it's always dirty.
It's not lazy because I'm still going to the store and buying something.
And you can never finish the last bit of soap.
Something feels.
Yeah, that's what pisses me off. But the body wash, it all comes out of the bottle.
Yes, all of it.
Like there's no residue left. Whatever they put in that shit.
Oh, really?
It's
That's weird.
You can always put a little water in and shake that bitch up. That's good.
Like I use the Old Spice one, and like it
Yeah,
all
the red.
Yep,
Yeah,
and it's like,
I use this.
and you get the last little bit. It's like
It's
pops
like
down there.
a big gelatinous.
yeah,
blob.
and you feel like I'm not wasting anything.
It's like
'Cause
that good poop that you don't have to wipe your ass.
Yeah,
with.
yeah. Because you know what pisses me off? That piece of soap that you're using, like don't break, and it breaks in half. And you try to mush it back together and never goes back together.
Oh yeah, you don't have to sell me on it. I think body wash is superior. When I'm at the store, I'm like, I'm not buying a bar soap. I don't know why. Like, I don't know if I'm looking
You don't
at
want
the
the loofah.
I don't know if
You
I'm
can't buy a loofah.
I'm definitely not buying a loofah. But I don't know if I'm looking at the thing.
Hold on a second. Use a loofah with your body wash, right? Or do you use a rag?
No, I used no.
Use the
Fucking
little
rag.
Use a loofah.
I use a hand.
What are we?
I used hand.
How are you gonna scrub?
Bro, the fuck's wrong with you?
That's just
No.
just
No.
spreading.
How do you
that
get a
shit.
lather?
I don't know. My
You
shower's
know
like,
what? Stop it. I don't know what you get for Christmas.
Better Martin Lawrence partner, Eddie Murphy or Will Smith?
Ooh.
Will Smith is getting another one.
You know what?
Didn't Bad
You
Boys
know
4
what?
just wrapped up.
I got to say Eddie. I
I'm
got to
saying
go with Eddie.
It's life, man.
Yeah, life is too good.
Life-
We were just quoting that movie today at breakfast.
Life is better than any other movie that Will Smith and Martin Lawrence share together.
It's going to be 4 Bad Boys.
Yeah, and it's better than all 4.
Yeah, and did Bad Boys 3, is that recent?
I know.
I don't think I ever saw that one.
I don't think it came
It's
out.
a Rush Hour 4 coming out too, isn't it?
Now, that's a whole different story.
If we're talking about Chris Tucker
Chris
And-
Tucker
and
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 Jackie Chan.
I still got Eddie Murphy.
Or
on-
Chris Tucker and Bruce Willis.
No, I still got Eddie Murphy. But now, if you're talking Chris Tucker and Ice Cube,
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's a whole
That's
other story.
different.
That's a different story.
bone in or bone out?
Steak? Bone in.
Well, it says
Chicken
wing.
wings
It says
is bone-
wing tripler.
Oh,
Wings is
wings,
bone in.
bone in.
Because bone out is not wing.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Wing or drummy?
Drummy. It's flats and drummy. You know, I'm a drummy guy. My wife likes the flats.
I
We
like
like
the
the flats. That's why we're good together.
I'm good with either or. They're the same to me.
We were going to throw in the towel, but then we had those wings that one time.
Yeah.
Blue cheese or ranch?
Blue cheese.
Blue cheese.
Ranch.
So white.
I know.
Dude, I'm like-
redneck ketchup, man.
I got a bit of that. I try to, you know what I mean? What do they call it when you suppress?
At least you do like a quality ranch. I'll
I
give you
do,
that.
I do.
I'll give you that.
I'm actually a ranch snob.
Yeah.
Like I'm not fucking with Hidden Valley and shit like that.
Oh, what ranch do you use?
Well, we make our own.
Oh, well,
yeah.
That's different. That's different. That's not just ranch.
Yeah, but
that's homemade
if
dressing.
you go to a wing spot and they only have blue cheese, are you using blue cheese with your wings?
No ketchup.
For buffalo wings?
I don't eat buffalo wings.
You just don't like blue cheese, period.
Yeah, I'm not
Okay,
crazy about
ranch or Caesar
on a
Caesar.
salad.
in general.
I guess Caesar.
Would you use Caesar on wings if they had nothing?
No.
Really?
Caesar on wings is wild.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
They don't have Caesar dressing, do
No,
they?
they got that Parmesan garlic shit.
Yes,
that shit is
yeah.
fucking fire.
No, I want wings. Let's go with some wings.
Egon Spengler or Peter Venkman?
Peter.
It's Venkman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take
Well, only one of them is alive anyways.
take that hard science. Jace and the Wheeled Warriors or Dino Riders?
Dino Riders.
Dino Riders.
Fuck out of here, Jace.
Harness the power, Dino Riders. Bum. Bum, bum, bum. Dude, she's going down in that universe. Thundercats or Silverhawks?
Thundercats.
Thundercats. I'd love Silverhawks though.
Pineapple on pizza, yay or nay?
Yes.
Nay.
Yeah, I can do it.
Not
It's
always.
It's
it
not
just
my.
depends.
Yeah, I mean, like
I can do it.
I'm not ordering it.
Oh, I'm ordering.
I'm not ordering it. No, there's. If I'm gonna have pizza, it's gonna be fucking delicious, amazing pizza. I'm not gonna waste pineapple on it. But if it's there and there's nothing else to eat, I'll partake.
I add it. I would order Supreme and add pineapple to it.
Power Girl or Supergirl?
For what?
Supergirl.
For what? Wait. For what?
That's a good question.
For a wet T-shirt contest.
Power Girl.
Power Girl.
No, just for who
Save your
you
life.
like better. Supergirl.
Supergirl, I like better. If I were to be intimate with one, it'd be Power Girl.
Power Girl, same.
But not because of the chest.
If
Just
one of
because I
them,
feel like she's been.
think
If you had to
overall-
she's just been around the block a few more times.
Overall, yeah.
if you had to keep one character and the other character disappear from history forever, who would it be?
I'd keep Supergirl.
Fuck one, marry one.
Fuck Power Girl, marry Supergirl.
Because she seems kind of dumb and ditzy sometimes. You could be like, no, you're supposed to vacuum this floor. Like,
God damn it. That should be real fast at housework, though.
you don't understand this about
Dude,
humans.
my wife said some shit.
Don't you want to integrate into humans?
She said my wife came to my work the other day, and there was some there was some other business in the area, and she came by and I introduced her to some people, and she said, "Oh no, I'm his wife. I'm not his girlfriend." Like you might have just the way she said it, and that the guy was like,
I don't understand the
like I had a girlfriend. I brought girlfriends around. You know what I mean? And the dude was like, I don't know anything about that. I'm and I was like, she just fucked with you, man. It's a joke. It was great.
Cookie Monster or Oscar the Grouch?
Oscar the
Oscar.
Grouch.
Oscar. Cookie Monster's a little one-dimensional.
He's not even a cookie monster now. Isn't he like a salad monster now or something?
Oh no! Yeah.
Are you serious?
I think so.
I think people joked about that. I don't know if it actually came
Oh.
from
Stupid.
lettuces. Cookies are a sometime snack.
Fuck that noise. Oscar always knows who he is.
Leonard Skinner or 38 Special?
Leonard
Skinner.
Same.
I know Chris would say Skinner as well.
Hold on loosely. It's a badass song.
Alabama was
Cobra Kai or Miyagi Do?
Joe.
Yeah, I think he left off the Joe.
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai.
Yep.
Boxers or briefs?
Boxers.
briefs.
Yeah,
Boxer briefs.
Yeah.
What if you had to choose
boxer
between? What if you had to choose between the two?
Boxers.
Boxers.
I mean, I sleep in boxers.
Yeah, me
You
too.
sleep and stuff? That's weird.
Dude,
Kids.
I got it. Well, not only that. So for forever, I just had my boxers on. Recently, I don't know what the fuck it is. I got to wear sweatpants and like a flannel shirt.
That's your
That-
old soft trash right
That
there.
is, dude. I don't know what it is. I don't know when it happened. Now I can
Just phased in
and now
old
I
man
know what
phase.
I'm getting you for Christmas.
dude.
One of them little caps.
Dude, how to wear it? Like
Only on the night before Christmas, though.
if I fall asleep, I used to be if I fall asleep with clothes on, I'd wake up naked. Like I wouldn't remember taking anything off, but I couldn't sleep. I could not I had to be exhausted, but I could not sleep with clothes on.
I always wake up
Never.
my dick through the pee hole.
That's I do hate that. But yeah, man.
But how awkward is it going to be when I live next door and I don't come to the Christmas party?
Are you not coming to the Christmas party?
Or the Halloween.
Yeah, that would be a little weird.
I gotta be like trick or treat. I
dude,
gotta turn
you
off all the lights, park my cars in the garage, and go to the basement.
He's like, I wasn't home. I'm like,
Dude, you gotta treat him like all the other neighbors. No special treatments.
Risk or Axis and Allies?
Risk.
Risk.
I hardly play Axis and Allies. It's probably a better game.
Snake Mountain or Castle Grayskull?
Castle Grayskull.
Snake Mountain.
The microphone.
Yeah, that was trash. That was trash. But I did prefer as a kid. I preferred the play features. Like I preferred the little bridge and the wraparound snake of Snake
I
Mountain.
wasn't sure we were talking about toys or just the actual structures.
Well, I think he's talking about just in general.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the toy.
And I'm applying the toy, I think, to how I feel about it in general.
Oh, I was thinking about where I would live.
See, my thing with the Snake Mountain is He-Man was never going to Snake Mountain. You know what I mean? He was protecting Castle Grayskull. So we'd always start off playing on Snake Mountain, but we end up at Castle Grayskull.
Slade Wilson or Wade Wilson?
Wade Wilson, obviously.
Who's Slade Wilson?
What?
Deathstroke.
Deathstroke?
I mean, I know. Oh, that's right. Never mind. Is Wade's last name Wilson?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wade Winston Wilson.
He's the knockoff.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I know he is. I don't know. I just had a fucking brain fart.
He's the
right
Crazy
there.
Toys version.
Yeah.
No, he's
I
the
never-
China cast version of Forge World. It's just better.
Is Slade's last
original.
name Wilson?
Yes. I don't know his middle name though.
Slade Wilson.
Why am I thinking of something? It was something else.
Slade Wilson, Wade Wilson.
Oh,
Deathstroke,
Yeah.
Deadpool.
I get it.
Yeah.
Whoa, I never thought of the Deathstroke Deadpool
Oh,
until just
yeah.
now with the arm motions. Wow.
'Cause I know.
I feel dumb now. I feel real fucking dumb.
Yeah. Slade or the Terminator.
So I guess I prefer Wade. Well, so here's the thing. Like
I mean, I prefer Deadpool.
I prefer Deadpool, but I've never read a Deathstroke book. Like I've read a book with Deathstroke in it. Mm-hmm. So I'd have to be put in the context of like
We haven't seen the Deathstroke movie.
hopefully never if it looks like that shit that was at the end of fucking Justice League.
People loved it, I thought, didn't they?
Not me.
Okay.
That looked like cosplay.
It's all cosplay.
Yeah, but that really looked like cosplay.
I thought I like the dude though.
His face,
Whatever his name is,
or as an actor.
as I mean, I like.
I feel like his face does fit.
I think he looks like
Yeah.
Slade.
I agree.
Yeah,
Let's see here. Faith No More or Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Red Hot Chili Peppers is. So I
Come
prefer.
on, man.
I probably prefer Faith No More.
It's Faith No More.
Yes.
God damn it! Why they still play? What? Fucking garbage, man. That song, DC 101 plays that song like every fucking day. And one day I called them up, and I'm like, they answered, "Hey, wait, DC 101, what's going on?" I was like, "Why do you guys still play this fucking song, man? Does somebody who works there like get like a fucking commission for playing this song? The song is so fucking old, and you play it every goddamn day."
Yeah.
And he was like,
he's like,
"We do." He's like, "We do play it every day."
Yeah, he plays. You know what else they play? They play Tool Sober every day, which I like. They play Alice in Chains Man in a Box every day, which I like. But like, it just says something about the state of rock music. Like you're still playing.
Do they really play that every day?
1000%. They
You
play.
guys still listen to radio still?
It's on at work.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nirvana's "Come As You Are" every day.
Really?
Oh my God, yes. It's like the same shit.
But Faith No More is the worst song on that list. It's the worst song on that list.
I have this special place in my heart for Red Hot Chili Peppers because of Brutus.
I mean, Red Hot Chili Peppers are awesome.
They're okay to me.
They're awesome.
They're good musicians, great musicians. But a lot of that shit, like, you know, Brutus used to say, like, Brutus was of a mixed racial background, and he used to say that Red Hot Chili Peppers are too funky for white people and too black for and too funky for white people and too rock for black people.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, they're perfect for me.
I mean, that Californication album.
Yeah, man.
So
All of
fucking that whole thing from start to finish is amazing.
Jazz or Blaster?
Ooh,
That's a good one.
Jazz. I have to pick the cars.
I'm gonna have to say Blaster because I had Blaster and I really loved him.
I got to go with Blaster also, but only because of the tape thing.
Yeah, the gimmick.
Having a crew.
Yeah,
Having a crew.
You're a fucking crew, dude.
I like a crew. Better vehicles, G.I. Joe or Cobra?
Cobra.
Cobra.
Yeah,
I can't.
His tank. I feel like
Okay.
trumps.
His tank.
It's not her tank. Orange juice. Pulp or no pulp?
No pulp.
no orange juice.
So
Pulp.
I don't
see
drink
an
orange juice either. I like the taste of it, but it gives me heartburn. Mm-hmm. So I can't.
it's all
Old, soft, and trash. But I prefer it when it says some pulp.
So do I.
I've been waiting to use that for 16 years.
You know what's nothing is worse than watery orange juice,
Yeah.
and nothing is also worse than super sweet orange juice. And you're like,
Fresh squeeze, ba.
I hate.
I think fresh squeeze can be some of the wateriest orange juice if it's not the right orange juice.
That's weird because that's like just pure orange juice.
No,
without being watered down.
There's a difference between oranges. Let's get that straight.
Yeah, but it's not watered down.
And if it's a nasty ass orange, it tastes watered down.
I think I basically only eat navel.
What?
Wait, dude, that's gross.
I definitely do stick my tongue in belly buttons.
Fuzzy.
I'd rather just eat her out.
I know, right?
You never?
Joe, I've never stuck my tongue in somebody's belly button.
Really?
Yeah, get the fuck out
I
of here,
have.
man.
I have. Yeah.
No, see, I'm a fucking fuck you.
I mean,
Just stuck your tongue in somebody's belly button?
Yeah, it's an erogenous zone.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
It's part of it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. You two right now.
No. I mean, I've licked the belly button. I'm not sticking my tongue in it. I'm not eating out of the belly button.
It's clean. It should be clean. You shouldn't be with a girl with dirty belly button.
Dude, but why?
Dude, that used to be one of my favorite things. My boy Antoine used to say whenever like a girl looked like trash, he'd be like people would like say something about it, like ugh or something. You know, he would say, "Oh, dude, I heard belly button stinks."
We know Bobby's got a belly fetish from sticking his fingers in belly buttons.
Yeah.
Linty.
Yeah, I keep my shit clean for sure.
With the Q-tip.
No,
It's not that deep.
I plunge the old digit in there.
I got a huge belly button with those huge fingers of yours.
Well, I'll tell you something, man. Like, it's not as much fun after I shed the 40 pounds. I'll be honest with you. Like, it has taken something out of it for me. I'll be honest with you. Like, keep it a buck. Like, I don't do it as much now because I'm like, oh man, it's trash ass bag button.
Shallow.
It's gonna take 2 seconds. Before it was like, all right, let's see what's up in that. Have a sniff.
I sniff it too, and it stinks.
Yeah, of course.
But you smell it some more for some reason.
Yeah, dude, and that shit is not like a fart where you can just air it out. Like, you gotta go wash your hands.
Oh.
All right,
Adam was concerned.
John Wayne or Clint Eastwood?
Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood. I feel like he's just the John Wayne of my generation. And,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. I mean, I own more Clint Eastwood films than John Wayne films. So,
Preferred spiritual advisor: Alpha Trion or Thundercats Jaga?
ooh,
Jaga.
yeah, I'm gonna go Jaga too because that's the ghost element is pretty
Yes.
cool.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan would be my choice if I could choose my own, but under these guises, I would go with Alpha Trion just because I wasn't a huge Thundercats fan as a kid. Like, I didn't hate it.
It's
But-
fun.
but it's
the
fun.
toys were
But
awesome.
Jaga is a Force ghost, bro.
And I never had any.
Oh, they were bad. They were
Yeah, no,
badass.
I was
The
at
scale was
I
good.
would be at friends' houses and they would have them,
Yeah.
and I used to think they were fun to play with. Like,
Yeah.
they're huge.
Yeah.
You know,
They're not
I
fucking
would have
around.
thought you liked the Force ghost aspect.
and that
it's
I
blue.
probably do. I never really got into the show as a kid.
Did
Like,
Albert try and give good advice?
I'm sure he did.
Are you sure?
It wouldn't have been bad advice.
Everybody died at the end.
Of Transformers?
I mean, in the movie.
Yeah,
Everyone that mattered died.
Well, he stopped listening to him probably. Jennifer Aniston or Angelina Jolie?
At what age? Now?
Jennifer Aniston.
Jolie.
Depends on the age. I think Jolie's pretty trash right now.
So neither of them are.
Aniston looks amazing. Still.
I know. That's what
why-
I'm saying.
I'm
Now
going
or
for the long. I'm going for the
15
long
years
haul.
ago.
Neither
Yeah.
of them are my particular cup of tea.
Same.
But the fact that Angelina Jolie married Billy Bob Thornton tells me she's got some fucking rock and roll in that blood. And that says something to me. Also, the fact that, like, I've never found a man that finds Angelina Jolie as attractive as women find Angelina Jolie does something for me else. I'm like, man, there's a lot of potential in this relationship. And Jennifer Aniston's just not my cup of tea. I think
Just fine.
I've only found her attractive in not that I think she's unattractive, but I've only been attracted to her in
Leprechaun.
no, it was in Angry Bosses when she was like the dentist.
Oh yeah.
What color was her hair?
I think she was a brunette in that.
See, I wonder if that's not the
Oh, yeah. That's right. You.
okay. Oh, this is for you, Joe. Oh, and it says you're going to need Joe for this. Sazabi or Senaju? Senanju?
That's a hard choice.
Is
I
it?
think you can't go wrong with either. I'll say Sinanju just because the
And don't tell us what it is.
yeah.
Okay, we got to guess. 5 questions?
No.
Okay.
You won't
Oh.
know. You just have to pick.
Hold on. Is it JoJo's Wild Adventure?
No, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. No.
Is it an anime?
Yes.
Dude, why are you wasting that question? Of course it's a fucking anime.
Well, it was a very specific one you asked. Question,
Jesus.
judger.
Jesus. So it's called a wild long shot. Is it One Piece?
Oh, another fucking one?
No, yeah, very specific, right?
Is it one of your favorite animes?
Yes.
All right, it's now reached the level of obscurity where I won't know it regardless.
What are the names
No.
again? What are the
no.
names again?
Everybody knows.
Sin-
How that's a clue. Everybody knows.
Oh, is it Dragon Ball?
No. You fucked
It's a Zabi or Senanju.
It's Gundam.
Oh, fuck. All right.
Should have known that, Bobby.
I know. Sweet Child of Mine or Every Rose Has Its Thorns? Sweet Child of
Sweet
Mine.
Child of Mine, yeah.
I don't know. Depends on my mood.
You have this element to you that likes like redneck rock.
I lived in South Carolina for a few years,
What exactly?
and my military school was in Front Royal, Virginia.
There you go. Oh, yeah, definitely Sweet
So
Child.
what was your choice?
Sweet Child.
I think Appetite for Destruction is the best rock album of the 80s, period. From 1980 to 1989, I think it is the best rock album released. And if you want to go to war with me, we can do it. But I don't think we have time today to do it.
I mean, the only
Like the entire album in its entirety?
Mm-hmm.
All right, that'd be interesting.
see that you don't like Metallica that much.
That's not true.
He just thinks that
No,
half
it's
of
not.
Metallica's
It's not
career
up
is
there for
garbage.
you.
Correct.
It's not up there for you.
No, they're up there for me.
Just half
It's
of it.
Half of it. The first half.
When did Injustice for All come out? Because that's my
That's
fucking-
the best one. That you can, okay, we got to
Yeah, we got to go.
Pringle cans. Do you force your hand in the tube like a savage, or do you tip the can up like some sort of aristocrat?
I forced my hand in there. See, I've got it.
That's a good bug.
I've got it mastered
fingers.
to go in there with 2 fingers and bring out a good 3 inches. What?
I'm doing this.
I got the crumbs everywhere.
No, it's all right.
Yeah, the crumbs everywhere.
I'm not.
And then you're not gonna wash your belly button.
Look, we don't buy them,
Yeah, neither do I.
so I'm not eating them at my house. Okay, so now we're going to get into. We got one little note. Well, no, it's all spoilery. We're going to get into the spoiler discussion. We're going to spoil Star Wars stuff. Huge spoilers for Star Wars. We're going to spoil Endgame stuff.
I almost think we should do Star Wars for it first.
Yeah, I think we should.
Okay.
If you want to get out, now's the time.
99.
98.
Completely.
97.
basically.
Yeah, check out. I'm
Shoutouts.
telling you,
96.
if you don't want this shit ruined,
95.
check out.
And some Game of Thrones stuff, possibly.
Yeah, and Game of Thrones. So, Star Wars. It looks like the love interest for Finn is going to be Rose. So the Rose,
Yeah.
the Rey Finn thing is kind of put to bed.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was all.
Me too. Just mentioning.
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So here's the next one.
Hold on, I got to set this alarm so I don't forget, because we'll be fucking talking.
So, episode 9. Do you?
I'm fine. It's
Suppo-
homework. It's fine.
Supposedly ends this way. The final battle scene. So this is a big spoiler for everybody. This is one last warning.
I'm taking it as a grain of salt anyway.
Do I want to know this?
I don't know. It's the end. It's the end of the movie.
Fuck it.
I mean, it might not be true.
I don't care.
It might not be true.
Just
Yeah,
take
sure.
it as.
But the reports are suggesting this. The Knights of Ren are basically working with Kylo Ren. And at some point, one of them turns against Kylo Ren.
Mm-hmm.
Kylo Ren and Rey team up to take on this knight.
Mm-hmm.
They fight him and kill him.
Mm-hmm.
That knight is possessed by Palpatine. Palpatine then possesses Kylo. Kylo is able to shake it and kill himself. And that's basically the end.
You get the redemption.
You get the redemption. I'll tell you what I like about this element of it. The Jedi have this Force Ghost thing,
Yes.
and the Sith have this thing. I like that.
The haunting thing.
This like,
Position.
yeah,
Like a
Their
demon.
spirit.
like they're connected to the Earth. They're not luminous beings, you know, in the same way. So I like that. What I don't necessarily like is that that's the end of the Skywalkers because the last one kills himself. I'm not sure that will satisfy me.
I mean, the Skywalkers started fucking shit up, so it should end with them getting.
Yeah,
Has Ray get knocked up by Kylo before?
People have been saying that. No. Actually, no talk of any sort of that sort of business at all.
I'm just interested or like worried about how they would portray the possession.
Yeah.
You know, it could be real bad.
Ray's like, I have to kill you. And Kylo's like, do it. Do it.
Dude, what if it says
Yeah,
me? That's a fucking corkscrew move.
It's really disappointing.
Is it really disappointing?
It's just,
Which part? Oh, how so?
it's dumb.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's all dumb, though.
No, it's not all dumb.
I mean,
I don't know, man. I mean, so he's been sitting in the fucking.
I have no information on.
Yeah. I just
you know.
I'm trying to play out like, you know, then was he what? How was that impacted with Snoke? You know, like does Snoke know about that? Is Snoke able to possess people as well?
It could no, because he's not a Sith, and it could have been that Snoke was possessed by Palpatine,
Yeah, maybe.
which would help me with a lot of Snoke's dialogue in both Force
I think
Awakens and
Snoke
Last
had a
Jedi.
different swag than Palpatine. You know, they're not the same person by any means.
No, I don't know.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, we'll see
Yeah,
how.
I don't know. I don't know.
because there's so much we don't know, I'm trying to isolate this ending as without putting anything else in front of it.
Yeah,
to qualify. I'm just trying to analyze the ending as
the
saga.
The why and how is a different conversation that we just aren't privy to.
Yeah. And I'm trying to like think like, so did
Just
he,
conceptually,
did
how
he
does
kill?
that fit?
He kills this other Ren, and then in killing him, is that why he got possessed? You know,
You watch
like
Fallen?
it's
With Denzel Washington.
yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Yep.
I mean, I like Fallen. Fallen's
Okay.
cool,
I was gonna say.
but I don't like that because I don't know if I like it borrowing from another mythology to expand this one of something we've never heard of before.
Let me add one other thing to it that I like. I like that if you look at it, there's been one villain
The entire time.
the entire time.
If Snoke's possessed,
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
or
Maybe.
if Palpatine was pulling the strings, whether he was possessed or not, if Palpatine was pulling the strings the whole time.
That does help tie it together for me.
he's been in Hux this whole time.
Yeah. He's been in FN 2847.
Yeah. But then like, what's his face knew about the Knights of Ren. Maybe this Knights of Ren finds some article or element that gets him
Well, there is this MacGuffin they keep talking about. So that
like a holocron or something like that, or hexacron, what do they call it?
holocron.
Is a holocron.
But I don't know if a holocron is what it is. But
Yeah.
there has been talk of a MacGuffin. And JJ wanted a MacGuffin in 7. He wanted it to be Luke's lightsaber. So that's the rumor. Dim the rumors. But I don't know.
That's not what
It's
I'm
not the
expecting.
worst.
It's not what I'm expecting.
No, it's certainly not
It
the
could be a
worst
lot
for me.
worse. So like I can live with it.
Yeah, to me, it's like I was talking to you upstairs. It doesn't. I like it a lot if the story continues. It's the fact that this is the end of this story that I'm like, I gotta see how that sits with me.
Yeah, that's kind of. Yeah, I don't know, man.
And also how
So no more rumor on Luke. Like if Luke is still alive.
No, nothing is suggesting that Luke is still alive. There's talks of Force Ghost Luke and stuff like that, but nothing of Luke in the flesh, which is very important for me.
yeah, that too. It matters to me why Kylo Ren kills himself and gets rid of the vampire, the Emperor, or Palpatine. Whether it's just to spite him, I can't do anything. I have to kill myself, or he sees the light. Like, fuck, I've been fucking up. I've been getting my strings pulled. I was wrong, and this is how I redeem myself.
Yeah, but what if he's just
It's different. That's because there's multiple reasons why he would do what he does. So that matters to me.
Right?
What if he's like, no, I don't like Sith.
Who?
Kylo is like,
Wait, he doesn't.
no, but that's the reason he kills himself. No more Sith, no more Jedi. Just kills himself. What if his petty as fuck?
It would suit his character, but I would,
killed all the Jedi. Now I'm killing all the Sith.
I would hope.
Fuck them.
I would hope there'd be more.
Yeah.
But somehow has to tie it in with the title of Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, but like,
I think Skywalker's gonna be the Order.
Because this ending says nothing about anything.
and like the Emperor's not
About
even
it.
the threat right now. That's the weird bit about it.
Or has he been?
Yeah, if he's been pulling the strings the whole time, he is the threat.
Yeah, but you know what this feels like, man. Then it's like, oh shit, we got to go back to something everybody recognizes now. Like we got to tie it back in now. So what can we do? Ghost Emperor Ghost possesses people. Okay, let's go with that.
Well, I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with that, but I don't think. I think the only movie that hasn't done that is 8.
I mean, I don't disagree with you.
Yeah,
But
I think 1, 2, 3, and 7, and
I think 1, 2, and 3. I mean, I don't think you can say that with them.
I think so. I think when they're like, we're gonna put, let's see, who can we have in landing their ship? Let's have the Falcon landing here. I think that's let's tie it in.
What do you mean?
The Falcon lands in Coruscant.
Like in the background, like a Corellian freighter.
Yeah, no, it's the Falcon. I mean, according to the making of Star Wars
Well,
book.
no, it doesn't have the ejection port thing, right?
Yeah.
So rewrites.
Well, I could have got it later.
Maybe. From that book that I read. No, they're stock.
Maybe he bought it used.
Wrong.
Maybe they bought it used
Wrong.
from that book that you didn't read.
I did.
Yo, you read it cover to cover?
I mean, not cover to cover. I didn't read the fine print, but I mean, I went through it and read some of it. Or the other one cover to cover.
Read what? Which one?
The Superman one.
Oh yeah. Well, no, it wasn't a. I'm sure you've read plenty of books cover to cover. I was asking about that one
That
specifically.
specific one.
I thought you were making a joke.
I actually read Wrinkle in Time cover to cover.
Did you really?
Yeah, when I was in third grade, it was the first novel.
And only novel.
No, I read Star Wars once, but you're close.
All right, let's go. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
But it doesn't. It's not off-putting to me. It's not like, for instance, like for me, Luke coming back and saving the day is off-putting.
No.
Like
I don't want
Anakin
it.
being resurrected is off-putting. Like those are things that I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake.
I don't think people are going to respond well to this.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's Star Wars. People haven't been responding well to it for 20 years.
I don't know.
True.
I wonder if I don't know. I do wonder sometimes, like, I think the reason the Marvel movies are doing better and better and better is that there's so much story to tell, where this is like, oh, what are we going to do next? I feel like.
Maybe that's why they're saying let's stop.
Let's stop it.
Yeah.
Could be.
All right. Continue.
All right, so Endgame. There's two notes to it real quick. So one, the little boy is the boy from Iron Man 3.
In the funeral scene?
Yeah, and then the other one is just the Russo brothers thing.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and read that real quick.
Okay, so their quote about the Captain America end scene is... let me just pull it up real quick. If Cap were to go back into the past and live there, he would create a branched reality. The question then becomes, how is he back in this reality to give the shield away? Interesting question, right? Maybe there's a story there. There's a lot of layers built into this movie, and we spent 3 years thinking through it, so it's fun to talk about it and hopefully fills in holes for people so they understand what we're thinking.
Yeah. Not saying there's not two Caps. Not saying that at all.
Not at the same time.
Oh, God. All right. And I talked to Chris about this.
Because he's talking about an alternate reality here.
That's not what a different branch is. When you got to go back and
They're two different universes when it branches.
but it doesn't mean there's not two Caps. It just means that whatever happens now, it doesn't change the other. It just makes a new universe. You're not in a new universe,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
Yes, but what happened in the past still happens. So when he goes back to 1945, there's still a Cap in the ice, right? And as he's living his life, that Cap's going to pop out in 2012, and he's going to be an old man by this point. And that Cap's going to do his Cap things, right? He's going to keep on going. And then in 2021, that Cap's going to go back in time again, and then old man Cap's going to be the only one there at that point.
Yeah, it's a
but
loop.
they will
It's like a
cross over, and he'll continue the loop.
Yeah. They will coexist in the same time.
So
but
why
they're not
wouldn't they
interacting
just
each other.
answer how he got the shield?
Well, the shield's a new.
It's two-
It's a different
Yeah, it's a
shield.
shield.
Right.
He Cap even says it's not. He's like it isn't fake mine. He's like it's not mine either. It's if you look at it, it's a brand new, different shield. It's
Right,
not
but-
the same to shield.
Because
Right.
his got fucked up.
Right. But
Not only that, it looks different. It's different shape. Like it has slots where the white is. It's a whole different shield.
Because he's in a different reality.
Well, but I don't know why you're getting hung up on the shield. He can manufacture
No,
and made the
they
shield.
did.
No, they're talking about a prime. It's not. It's a different offshoot. Like.
No, I get
So
that.
the question is now is how did this if the Sam so basically as soon as Cap went back in time, right, that reality became a different reality.
I know.
Yeah, but he still went back in time. He still went back in time, and Cap, that other Cap, he didn't replace himself. All right, so let's say the Cap that went back in time on the platform is 37 years old, right? So the last 30-year-old Cap that went into the ice, or however old he was, or the 30-year-old Cap that woke up, is still going to do that. He's still going to complete that destiny.
It's still
You
the
know?
same person.
Yeah,
It's just two different time of him. It's like when there was two nebulas. There's the same nebula.
yeah. But what happened now is the nebula, the older nebula, right? Mm-hmm. The younger nebula is never going to be that older nebula because as soon as older nebula came to the future, they're in a branch reality.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the past was changed.
Right.
Yeah. Right? So when Cap goes back to 1945, there's a version of him already there in the ice.
Right.
So he's going to come out of the ice.
Yeah, that's
get
fine.
it. I understand.
Okay.
But
What I'm saying is that they still don't have the answer for it. That's why they're saying maybe there's a story there.
Maybe there is.
There's
story
a lot
there.
of stories.
But that doesn't mean that there's one Cap. You're acting like Cap never.
There's two.
There's two Caps in
There's
two
Steve
separate
Rod-
realities.
No, there's also two Caps in one time.
I don't
for,
time.
for a certain amount of time there was two caps,
Yes.
but he wasn't acting as Captain America. It was just Steve
No.
Rogers.
Yeah, he just like we are assuming that he just lived a quiet life.
Yes.
but there's still another Cap that was originally there in 1945 that's in the ice and wakes up in 2012 or whatever year it is.
Right.
And it completes the loop when
Yes, yeah.
But it is a different reality.
It's a branch of reality. It's another level. All right, so it's the same prime reality.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it just made it a new branch, and then there's two realities going in parallel.
Right.
But everything that's happened before that point
I
still
understand.
happens.
I'm saying that I think that's dumb.
Why is that dumb?
I just why is a painting not good?
I mean, there's aesthetics and there's form and there's shape and there's colors.
Sure, but
and
if,
all these things
but
can
if
be
one person
articulated.
sure, but if someone says that all of those things hit, and you're saying I'm looking at it and I don't like it,
Yeah, but that's
Subjective.
But saying something's dumb and just saying that you don't prefer that or don't like that.
I probably chose the wrong word.
Well, you can think something is dumb that other people don't. That's
Yeah, but okay, you don't prefer that.
I think
Time travel is very messy, especially when you, especially
I
when
think-
there's not a
and-
there's not a closed
and
there's
in-
not a closed.
And in this one,
timeline.
I think it's very. I think that a lot of this is my issue with this movie, and I want to make it clear I don't hate this movie at all, and I'm happy that it's successful, and I'm happy that people are enjoying it. I think this movie is. I think there's a large portion of this movie that is very convenient, and I think there's a large portion of this movie that's very slow, and they happen to occupy the same space, which is the second act, and it's so long, so convenient, and so distracting to me that I wasn't able to enjoy it.
the movie didn't feel long to me at all.
yeah, it didn't feel long to me either.
I mean,
But
there were slow parts that I felt. This,
Of course.
this seems kind of slow, but I was never like, all right, let's wrap this up. It was never like that.
Yeah, I was engaged the whole time. The one thing, objectively, let me just say this to you: sitting next to you in the theater, and I don't want you to take offense to this. I'm just being honest with you. It was like the worst experience I've had with you in the theater because you got so animated at several different parts of it, and it was almost distracted because everybody knows what you're feeling. And I've talked about this before. When Bobby's in a bad mood, everybody's like, "Oh God damn it!" Because when Bobby's in a bad mood, nobody has fun. Now, when Bobby's and the reverse is opposite. When Bobby's in a great mood, everybody's having a blast, right? And early on, like within the first hour, you turn to me like, "Oh, it's all fucking true. All these fucking spoilers are true."
I didn't say it like that.
Well, that's
That's maybe how you perceived it. But
That's how I perceived it.
When I was saying that to you, I was saying like it's all fucking true. Like these people, these YouTubers are full of shit.
yeah. Well, it
was
but-
my thing.
And then you're like, and I think you said it was garbage. And the reason I think you said it was garbage because I was like, wow, he's been using trash, and now he switches to garbage.
No, I said it's trash. It fucking sucks.
Well, okay, I maybe you did, maybe you didn't. I for whatever reason, I'm locking on to garbage. And I was like, dude, let's give it a chance. We're
Well,
not
when I
even-
said that was in third act.
no, when you said something like it was trash or garbage right when you said it's all fucking true, which was like the first hour.
No.
And then
I said it was all true twice.
okay.
It was the second time, and that was in the third act. Because I remember when I said, because I actually, as soon as I said it, I regretted saying it. Because I had this when the not the spoiler part, but it sucks, it's trash. Because
I think you said it twice. Then maybe
No,
the
I
such
said
and
it-
trash.
I said it
is
once.
Also, it's really hard to hear each other in the theater.
Yeah, it is,
Yeah.
and I had trouble hearing anything. But like anyway,
only reason why I know is because in my head I was like, "Fuck, man, I shouldn't have said that."
Okay, I thought you said it was garbage. Maybe I
Well, that means it doesn't
it
matter.
doesn't
What I say
matter.
is garbage.
But what I'm trying
pretty
to
sure-
say, what I'm trying to say is within that first hour, you were so upset, angry, whatever emotional state you were in was observably to me like, wow, he has totally pulled himself outside of this. It was also distracting. Like it was harder for me to enjoy the film because you were so like whatever. I was like, oh my God, dude, what? And I'm like looking at it like okay, yeah, there's definitely some things that like I'm shocked to see, and like there's things that I don't know how I feel about yet. But let's all let it wash out. Let's go through the experience, right? And I'm there staring at that fat Thor, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck? I don't know how to deal with this, man. I don't know how I like this. And then at one point, and I was listening after the fact, after you and I talked about it, I listened to the thing, and you felt like you trolled me with the woman bit when you got all animated.
Oh, in the movie.
But like the funny thing is, I wasn't super upset about that at all. That was a total misread. I thought you were really aggravated.
Correct.
And I was like, "Why are you, dude?" It's like, yeah. I mean, dude, this is like par for the course right now.
But then you did say it upset you when we talked on the phone.
No, it didn't upset me. I was like, "Oh, here it is." I was like, "Here it is." Now, and what I said on the phone, I was like, "Okay, of course," but I wasn't like, "Fuck this movie."
Right? No, I know you wouldn't have been like, "Fuck this."
But
movie.
like I literally like when you guys did like the thing, like I looked at Adam, I trolled Adam, you should have saw his face. I know he hates powerful women. You guys all laughed. That's not what it is.
That was just a joke as well, obviously.
But like my interpretation of that is like, oh my God, dude, he really fucking hates this movie. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is like you were making us. It felt like I was watching a movie with Monique.
Because that was one of my favorite parts.
And you're making a scene, right? And then you guys jumped up, and I didn't know it was a babysitter thing. Like, you jumped up like as soon as it was done, you were gone. I'm like, holy fuck, bro! I couldn't even get like 2 seconds to talk about it. I didn't know about that. I was like, you were and like Laura's like, I'm sorry, and you guys rushed out. I was like, Jesus.
Well, I knew there wasn't a bonus scene.
Yeah, there was like this hammering,
and I knew that was there too.
Yeah,
so
like I didn't know that.
So like we were paying by the hour, and I was like, let's just get out of here.
Okay.
The credits for
it was 5 more minutes. No big deal.
The special effects alone, I'm sure, took 5 minutes.
I didn't think there was that. I don't feel that. I don't feel the same with that. I mean, I
no, I'm saying the special effects coordinators, like all the people that would.
Oh yeah, it was long as fuck. It was long as fuck. The one thing I would say about the woman scene, and this is and I want to make this perfectly clear because I know that it's funny sometimes to say Adam doesn't think Asian people are fucking minorities or Adam hates powerful women. I think it's funny, but like it's not what you say, it's how you say it, right? So if it's we're powerful women because guys are rapists and misogynistic pigs, it's like, you know what? That's not it. We're all people. We're all part of the human race. Let's get together. Let's not build walls in between. If it's let's do this powerful woman scene to make little girls and young girls know that they can do anything they want to do and they can try blah blah blah. That's something different, and that's a different criticism. I don't have a problem with Wonder Woman picking up a tank or beating a bunch of Nazis up. That's great. And when I critique a 85-pound supermodel woman in a cop show, shoulder tossing a 300-pound guy, and I think that doesn't suspend disbelief. Those are two specific different criticisms about female roles or whatever.
I agree.
And I have an issue with that. Now, let me go back to that. So my 12-year-old daughter, when we were done watching the movie, she came and sat next to me because your seat was empty because you already left. And she's like, Dad, I love the scene with all the girls got together. It was great, blah, 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 blah. It's like, all right, baby, this is for you. And I'm happy for that. And if that's the intent, then I support that scene. I don't have one iota problem. If it's men are a bunch of rapists, misogynistic pigs, and we need to put our boot on their throat because they've ruled the world for too long and they've done a horrible job so we can do a better job. That's not a positive message that we all need to.
I agree,
and that is my criticism of that stuff. Let's not separate each other anymore. Let's kind of build bridges to join.
Yeah, I've been singing that song since Ray.
Okay.
After 7, my daughter Jaina became obsessed with her. Wanted Ray T-shirts, Ray figures, Ray. And so I know that feeling. That's the same feeling I had there.
Okay.
You even said to me on the phone, you were like, I had that moment. I had the moment that you had.
It was good.
But I've been combating that.
It is, and I'm not trying to say this to be combative, but it is interesting to me listening to your initial reaction. You made very Adam arguments against in games that you didn't feel were valid with my criticism of The Last Jedi. When I get to the technical stuff and why it's a bad story, it's written and there's a bunch of whole plots. And I think objectively that Endgame is more logically written than The Last Jedi, like story-wise. I mean, it's much more complex. I mean, there's tons of layers, and there's some stuff that doesn't need to be there, but at the same time, I don't think they had a Cenobite scene that just totally didn't need to be there. You know what I mean?
Well, I disagree, but I don't think that your opinion is wrong on it. I just disagree with it. I think that I think that
I think this is your Last Jedi.
and I agree. And actually, that came up in that same conversation where I was like, "This is the way Adam felt about Last Jedi. This is the way I'm feeling about it here." That came up in that conversation. And then when we spoke on the phone, you said, "This is your Last Jedi."
Yeah.
And I 100% agree. And it's actually one of the reasons why I've been taking the stance since the conversation that night is I'm not going to shit on this thing. I'm not going to try to make a stink about something that people are enjoying because I can see why people enjoy it. Like, I get it. I wish that I got it.
And I'm curious to see. This is what I'm concerned with, and I'm inviting you to this.
Okay.
I think you need to give this movie a chance, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that right now is not the time. And I don't even. I don't even.
You saying in game a chance?
In game, yeah.
Okay.
And I don't even
another chance. Just to be fair.
Sure. Yeah. Well, to be fair with you, I think that you were incapable. I think your mindset at that point in the first hour, and this is just my interpretation, I could be way off. I think your mindset at that time is, you know how you get sometimes when you think there's a vulnerability, so you got to harden up, you got to put that shell on. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Your spider sense goes on. There's danger. There's disappointment. So you got to put that on there. You got to put that shield up, and the shield went up. And what they were trying to get, some of it couldn't get through that barrier. Some of it did. I think that the stuff with Tony did. I think the stuff that the Cap did. You know.
My question, like, God
damn it! I knew this was going to happen. Because I think it's. I don't think it's perfect by any stretch of the imagination. And I
think very few movies are.
Yes. I think it deserves better than what you gave it, and I think that you could like it better if you chose to. And what I'm saying is, I'm not saying lie to yourself and bullshit you. I'm just saying maybe give this some time to marinate and go at it at a different angle, because the one thing about this film, I keep on going back to every aspect of, and every time I do, I'm like, God damn, man, there's some fucking depth in there that made me challenge myself, like Thor, like Fat Thor. Like Fat Thor, I don't like. But at the same time, I think it's brilliant because it's like, God damn, this actually makes sense.
See, in fact,
and the jokes are a little much, but you know what? The jokes, again, it can't all be glum, sadness or whatever. You gotta hit the baseline up a little bit.
I agree
to get back into it.
I just don't feel like it was level.
What do you mean?
I feel like, just that. I feel like it was too much. I'm okay with some jokes. I think Infinity War minus one joke.
Which one?
The fucking chips. If I eat these chips, super slow.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only one that gets underneath my skin. But I think that Infinity War strikes a good balance of...
I think it does too.
...of jokes and seriousness. So one thing that I take issue with in regards to this is that, like, I was super excited to go see this movie that day. On that day, I was like, fuck, it's happening. Like, I was able to protect myself from it, and it's fucking happening from the hype beast of it.
Yeah, but you were also having the fears that you were like
prior
dude,
to, but yeah. Let me circle back to that, because like the Shazam thing, I was absolutely sure it was going to suck.
Shazam's not a big investment. This is a big investment.
See, but it can't. See, this is the issue I take, is that like it can't always be a caveat to why I like or not like something. Like when I didn't like Star Wars, when I did like Star Wars and you told me that I shouldn't like it, but maybe I can not like it because I've invested so much into it. So it can't be the inverse also, where I've invested so much into it. Sometimes I can just like something because I like it and then not like it because I don't like it. And it doesn't have to be these outlying reasons that don't have anything to do with the film as to why I like it and don't like it.
It's not about liking and not liking. It's like, and I don't want to go back to Star Wars. It's like with Star Wars, I think there was parts, and I think you came around to some of it, but there was parts that I was like, this iPad's black. And you're like, no, it's not. I'm like, dude, it's absolutely black. You're like, no, it's not. And I was like, do you think by telling me that this iPad's black, it means that you don't like the iPad or iPod or whatever? I mean, like the stuff with like my main criticism, like the slow ship fight or whatever. which was dumb and like.
And I understand. As soon as you explained it to me,
it wasn't as soon. It took a while.
because you didn't explain. It was, I know exactly, we were right here, and it was this space right here, and you were like, they just had to hyperspace out and hyperspace closer. And then when you said that, I was like, that makes fucking sense. But it was that explanation. I didn't understand what you were talking about until you said it. But then I can, on my end, and it's the same thing if we want to compare it with Infinity War in that regard, the time travel shit is explained in Infinity War. It's explained in 2 scenes. It's just whether or not you're okay with that explanation. So for me, with Last Jedi, I can chalk that up after you brought that to my attention and be like, well, Hux has this statement where he's like going to make a fucking scene out of it and enjoy the fucking slow death and all that. So I can chalk it up to that. He's right. It's not the tactically sound choice, but I can chalk it up to this. And Hux is right in that regard of what he's doing. This is explained on the rooftop scene with the Ancient One, which is one of my favorite scenes in the movie.
That's good.
And the Back to the Future rules don't apply scene. Like, that explains everything. It's just whether or not you're okay with that explanation or you buy in. I was on board with this movie up until I realized what the time travel thing was going to mean. Up until I realized that they were going to be able to do whatever they wanted to do as long as they made a caveat to get themselves out of it. And that's when I was like, even at that point, I was willing to say, I don't like this, but I can get through it. It was when it took so much of the screen time of something that I just didn't enjoy. It's like not liking Brussels sprouts, but liking steak and liking cheese bread. And then you order this, it comes with Brussels sprouts, you got to chalk it up to a loss. Cool. But you get to it and you got a little filet medallion and 2 heaping loads of Brussels sprouts and then a little piece of cheese bread. And it's like, well, I didn't know this was going to be the ratio to this meal when I ordered it.
Well, first of all, Brussels sprouts are amazing.
You know, I got paid $5 to eat a Brussels sprout, as many Brussels sprouts as I could eat one time.
How many could you eat?
20.
They paid you
$5 a sprout. That's a fact.
Wow.
Really?
At work, yeah. And one time I almost threw up in my water.
How are they cooked? Like boiled?
I think they were in a pan in an oven. Is that possible? Is that a way that people do Brussels sprouts?
I mean, I guess baked.
Yeah, but like they weren't on the grill or in a pot or anything like that. But yeah,
I'll pay you $10 to eat this Brussels sprout at this one restaurant. I think you'll like it.
What, Endgame?
No.
Or a particular
a
Brussels sprout?
literal Brussels sprout.
Dude, I'm in.
Right,
I'm in.
I'm down.
Trunculent Delights, first episode.
Truculent delights.
Next week, right?
But yeah, it's like I think that this is my Last Jedi in a lot of ways, and I'm trying to make decisions in regard to that of how I approach it.
All I'm saying, listen, I do not want this to be I'm right, you're wrong type of thing. All I'm saying is like, hey, bro, if you could explain, and you did, you in your video you explained something about Luke that made me appreciate a little bit. I still don't like it, but I do appreciate it. And I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this Palpatine thing, but it might be good. It might be good. But all I'm saying is like, I think that's, I don't know anymore. Let me try to.
And I really don't hate it.
I know you don't. And I do. I know you love a challenge. You know, I know you. Like, but you wouldn't mind going to battle about with people about it. It'd be entertaining with you.
I haven't.
Okay, well that's good. That's
good.
That's good.
Because I don't want anyone to. If people love it, I don't want them to like it any less because of my opinion. I've just been keeping it to myself.
We might have to call me.
Yeah, well, we can. I mean, we can.
Joe, what did you think about it? You got 3 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, because you haven't spoken anything.
Yeah.
No, I'm assuming you guys already talked about the movie.
Him and I
briefly
for an hour. Yeah. I meant to get back to you.
Oh, maybe you do it some other time because I want to talk about the movie itself.
Well, to give us your initial how you felt, like
when you asked me my ratings, I said 6 out of 10 and 9 out of 10.
Okay,
9 out of 10 because it was as a fan, I thought it was the best and longest fan service ever. Right.
That's
but
valid points.
as a story, not even just as a story, as a film, like a 6 out of 10 for me. I enjoyed it, but like, it's got too much of stuff and not enough of stuff, and just the overall story. But I mean,
it's and you know what? I get that. Like, I don't disagree with that, because there's some things that I do want more.
I wanted to see. Well, it's a question of how the fuck do you return a soul stone? So how the fuck do you return that?
Yeah.
B, I wanted the Cap and Red Skull moment.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe
He has to go back there.
That
right?
would have been good.
Maybe he has that.
But that one of the things is
Soul
like
Stone.
there's so much that's like cut out to like unsaid that maybe you can show it somehow. We can see it in shows,
and I'll leave you
in the
guys
Disney
with,
Channel.
And I'll leave you guys with this. The interesting thing about the time travel bit and the branch universe bit is
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with it too. It's actually fascinating. It actually goes down an interesting rabbit hole. God damn it! Is that the Ancient One's concern was it fucking up Earth's timeline. I don't think
her current timeline.
Yeah, I don't think she really cared about the galaxy at large. It was more Earth's. The interesting thing now, this opens up the possibility for so many other things that happen now, because you have Loki created a new timeline, the interaction with Cap. There's a Star Trek episode I'm going to send to you to watch, just to kind of get your.
Well, so
it's interesting, and as a sci-fi nerd.
But I've thought a little bit about this, and what over the week, and I've been like, maybe this movie is too sci-fi for me.
Well,
Because I don't particularly care for sci-fi.
No,
yeah, but let me just say this. So there might be there's a universe where Tony's still alive. There's a universe where Thanos still won.
I think
You
the
know, and
only
so it like the cool thing about it is opening us up to this multi-universe in the MCU, which is going to allow us to do some different things in the near future.
there's only one other thing that got branched off from this, because they said when they returned when they returned the gems to exactly when they took it, everything goes back to normal for those timelines. The only thing that got fucked up was Loki taking.
Yeah.
That was the only
Yeah.
thing that was fucked up. Everything else should have been fixed.
And that was another thing I was thinking.
No,
we don't have time
because
to finish.
Cap going back is
To
affecting-
put things back.
no
all the
Cap
gems
going back and living in the past is also changing the
different-
timeline. Yeah,
There's
tons of stuff.
Peter Parker and all of his friends all died in the snap and all went back to college or high school.
Yeah. That bit we don't know yet.
5 years later.
and because the thing about it is we don't know if Ned disappeared as well, or if
He could have failed a bunch of grades.
no.
I'm just kidding.
No, we don't know if Far From Home took place before the snap. So,
No, but I'm talking about what you call though, Homecoming.
what about it?
So we know when that took place,
Yeah,
and he was in high school.
Yes.
and 5 years have passed.
Yeah.
and he's still in high school.
well,
And all
he's
this-
still in high school,
and
'cause
so is
So
his
is his
buddy.
bu-
just
that's right.
Ned. Yeah, so
Right.
Ned might have been
But
50-50.
I'm guessing Mary Jane's going to be there too.
she might have been
Yeah.
dusted.
I'm guessing they're not.
Yeah.
I'm guessing they're not going to move her ahead 5 years. Would be my guess. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everyone that got dusted stayed the same
So
age.
that's just another one of those things where it's like, well, isn't this convenient too? Like for me,
Yeah, the and we don't know yet, but yeah, that is one concern that I have. If Far From Home is after the snap, it's like, oh wow, that was lucky chances that you guys all of your 7 people in your fucking club were all part of the snap. But if it's
because
before,
there's rumors that it opens with Tony's funeral.
I know.
It's just like how Hawkeye's entire family was dusted except for him. You know, it's convenient, but like I get it.
Yeah.
it's a comic book thing.
And like I say,
comic books are very convenient.
Yeah, no. We'll wrap up. We'll pick up another time. But I get it too. I'm not saying I don't get it. It's just that I don't care for it.
One last thing. In 1970, Earth's population was 3.5 billion.
What's that?
I said in 1970,
Yeah.
Earth's population was 3.5 billion.
Yeah,
So we're at 7 billion now.
yeah. Almost
Get over
8.
it.
Well, actually, the population.
know why
Go ahead.
Yeah, the
I don't know why
population
everyone's
is about the cap off, and then it'll be reduced.
We got to rush. Shout out to the Cool Table. Shout out to the Nerd Rage team.
Great tits.
Flappy labius.
Tight dick player.